Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another Friday night where I forget to turn on the mic, which, boy, oh boy, that's just the way things go around here. And if that's the best it's going to get, then you really need to focus your concentration on the players that we're going to have for this, our special one shot of Summer in Woodlake. This is a supernatural horror written by Petra, and she is currently playtesting this fantastically fun adventure. Now, what I'm going to tell you is a few of the mechanical issues, and then we're going to jump right into the story because we have a long way to go. We've got a short time to get there. So, as you're watching, and as you are witnessing the horrors that are going to take place with our fantastic cast, if you see something that you believe, if it piques your interest, please go to Drive Through RPG and download it. It's free. Anything that you can think of, become a playtester for yourself and see exactly what it's like to run through this adventure and how you can tweak it and make it your own. It's very, very interesting. Now, about Summer in Woodlake, it can be set in virtually any era. Modern day, you can take it back 50 years. Ours will be set in 1994 because I did not want my players to have the weapons known as cell phones. They contain information, distraction abilities, apps that tell them where they are. I didn't want any of that. I wanted 1994 confusion, gore, and horror. And I hope I get that. I really do. It's been a week. But anywho, let's get into our story. What does Camp Woodlake look like? Well, it looks like your camp. It looks like the band camp from American Pie. It's the rundown cabins of Camp Crystal Lake. It's Camp Kikiwaka. It's on Golden Pond. It's the camp from that one TV show you liked, but my God, you can't remember the name of it. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. And it's different for everyone. So when I describe this camp, I'm going to give you the colors, but it's up to you to allow your mind to paint the picture. I'll tell you about the archery range. I'll tell you about the old boathouse. I'll tell you about the lake itself. But I want you to allow your mind to build Camp Woodlake from the boards up. I want you to allow then your imagination to animate the shadows. Add whispers to the woods. Add wails of the dying to the creaks of old doors. I want you to make Camp Woodlake. Because of course, if it's to be a true nightmare, it needs to come from your own mind. Welcome to Woodlake, campers. I think it's time we meet our counselors. First person we're going to bring in is our friend Cleric. Cleric is going to be playing Tina. And Cleric, if you will, Kat, tell us a little bit about Tina as we see her driving along a partial dirt, partial mactop road on her way through the deep woods to Camp Woodlake. She's driving a Volvo, and the only thing I'll tell you is this. What's the Frequency Kenneth by REM is playing on the... Well, you decide this, Kat. The radio, the CD player, or the tape deck?
Well, this is an old Volvo. It's at least 10 years old. So all it has is a cassette deck. So she's got REM. She's got the cassette in the tape deck. She's rocking along, listening to got the windows rolled down because the air conditioning works sometimes, but her little brother has to kick the dashboard just right for it to really kick on. She is just, this is the summer after her first year of college. She's been away from home. She's made some changes. She was the girl in high school that started running for student council her freshman year. Always had a petition for people to sign, was always trying to get people involved and out there doing things. She was campaigning for Clinton. She wants to be Hillary Rodham Clinton when she grows up. That's who she wants to be. This powerful woman who is out there doing things and is smart, and she has the husband and the kid and the job and that's who she wants. That's who she admires. That's what she wants to be. So she's been spending the summer signing people up to register to vote. She's been out there uh, just doing her thing, trying to get people involved.
Fantastic. So, with the Rock the Vote movement, I'm
Yes.
sure that everything is being formulated here in the summer of 1994. Um, to set the scene a bit further for you as you're driving and the last rays of sunlight are glinting off the windshield, the Volvo still does have a digital display clock, and it reads roughly 8:32. Here in the mountains in summer, the light lingers a bit, but it is definitely on its last legs of this evening. You're about a mile out from camp, and the reason you know this, Tina, is because up until this past summer, you had been either a camper or a counselor here at the camp. This is your first summer not at Camp Woodlake. Your friends are there, as is your brother. You haven't seen many of them with the exception of your brother. Is there anything that you are. Is there a reason why you're coming this night at the end of summer?
Well, there's a couple of reasons besides her brother. She's got her best friend Nia. She and Nia, I mean, they were like this. They were so close, so close. And Tina, she wanted to stay. She and Nia, they'd made plans. They were gonna open up a business together, and they were gonna do things. And Tina's mom, Tina's dad, they were like, "You're going to college. We paid for it. We saved for this. We scraped. You're going to college." And so she had to leave Nia behind, and she feels bad about that. She does. She feels bad about leaving Nia. So she's hoping to reconnect with Nia. And then there's Scotty. And
Scotty, you say?
yeah, Scotty.
Who's Scotty?
Scotty was this. Scotty was this guy, and I mean, Tina wasn't much one for dating or anything like that. But I mean, Scotty was. He was cute. He's funny. Um, he had that attitude. And, well, she and Scotty may have spent some time together, a lot of time together, some intense, intimate time together before she left for college. And I mean, there were a couple of letters, phone calls, maybe, but then nothing.
Okay, so there is a to-do list then for Tina.
Yeah, and she needs to talk to her brother. Most of all, though, she needs to talk to her brother, her little brother. She's missed Tommy. They only got to spend a couple of days together before he had to go up to camp, and she had her. Uh, she calls it a paid internship. Everybody else calls it volunteering with gas mileage. So she wants to spend some time with Tommy and talk to Tommy too about some stuff.
Okay. So, as you're driving and as you realize you're about a mile out from Camp Woodlake, the reliable vehicle beneath you, the Volvo that is taking you through so many or to so many rallies and marches and protests and carried signs of plenty in backseat and trunk, begins to.
Oh
And
no
you
no no
see
no 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 no
you
no
see, you
baby.
see that digital clock begin to flicker a bit, and you hear Michael Stipe as he goes in and out. What's the frequency? As he in and out, as the speed is sapped from the power, and finally the.
No, she's kind of she's got one hand on the wheel and she's rubbing the dash like, come on, baby, just a little bit further. Come on, baby, you can do this. Trying to coax it.
And with perhaps hearing you. There's one last gasp from this vehicle as it spurts another 5 to 10 feet, and then you hear a sigh, an almost human sigh, come from the engine. And the car is still.
She mimics the sigh. The same sigh comes from her. Just, all right. Well, you did your best. It's okay. She's talking to the car. She starts to get out and then leans back in, pops the cassette out, and puts it in the shirt pocket of the oversized plaid that she's, lightweight shirt that she's wearing. Doesn't want to leave that behind. And she grabs her pamphlets that are all scattered along the dashboard, have been sliding around and fluttering. And she grabs her special pen that she got that they gave her for registering the most people to vote when it came to rock the vote. So she's got her pen in that. And then she thinks about the cooler in the back. It's only a mile. Okay. She's going to leave the cooler in the trunk because she's not going to carry that thing this way. Some of the guys can come back and get it later afterwards after she gets there.
Okay. So whenever
grabs everything, starts hiking.
When you exit the vehicle, as soon as you kind of quit the vehicle, I would like you to roll our first roll. And this one is a take stock, which is the same as a little bit of a perception check. So go ahead and roll that, and we will briefly talk about what Powered by the Apocalypse rolls are. They're 2d6 plus or minus a modifier that you have in play. Anything 6 or below is bad. Anything 7 to 9 is decent. Anything above that is good.
Okay, well, I have a -1 to senses, which is what a take stock roll is.
Mm-hmm. And you should be able to roll it right beside the die roller in your character sheet. So a 6.
Yeah.
A 6 is bad.
Yeah.
So with a 6, you get to ask one of these 3 questions, but I get to decide exactly how I want to tell you the answer. You can ask me, what do you see? What do you hear? Or what do you smell?
Being up in the woods, in the forest again, up the mountains, heading up towards the lake, especially now that the cars died and the music is off, the silence is what stands out to her. So I think she's going to be hearing, listening. Sound is what will stand out the most to her. So what do I hear?
Well, that's the thing. As you turn around with the last sputters of the car and that kind of as the metal cools, there aren't any sounds coming from the woods. No rustling, no wind through the trees, no bird calls, nothing. And as the light dips by the artificial horizon created by those trees and casts deeper shadows here along the road to Camp Woodlake, I'm going to give you a gift and tell you that you do in fact see something else as well. You see nestled in the shadows a green, glowing eye. This eye seems to sputter inhumanly, as if arcs of electricity are dancing off of it. It blinks and reappears 6 feet to the right in the shadows. It blinks again and appears 6 feet above where it was.
She's running.
And as you begin to run, I would like you to roll me a Witness the Uncanny as you are spooked. This is the equivalent for our Cthulhu fans of a sanity check. let's see how that goes. This is just 2d6, no modifiers. Find it, give it a roll, and I'll tell you how you progress here.
Okay. Let's try this.
Okay, so with a 5, which is another super strong roll, you feel everything in your person begin to chill. Almost as if you had walked into a walk-in freezer. You feel your joints beginning to, almost as if they are gumming up with some type of foreign substance. As you begin to run, I need you now to make a push-through check. As you are stumbling, your joints are not behaving correctly. They are causing you to stumble. Okay?
Okay. It's not rolling the 2d6, so...
It's rolling it right before and then dropping it beneath. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you rolled another 6, which, again, is not great. So
Y'all, I'm going to be so dead soon.
when you roll this 6, a couple things happen. One, I'm going to have you mark 1 harm. Everybody watching, you have 5 harm, and then you're dead. You lose 1 right away. And I am going to say that you open yourself up to more danger because you don't have anyone around here that you can put harm on, and you can't compromise the group's safety. So as you fall, and as your frozen joint of your left knee takes the brunt of this hit on this partial dirt, partial blacktop, it grabs and rips through your jeans, taking flesh and blood with it. As you turn and spin, you get up and you start running again, stumbling in that awkward, almost Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz frozen gait. You begin to move, but you can hear the blinking behind you, the click, click of the eyes as they seem to open with the sound of a camera shutter. And that's what you hear behind you, because you did in fact choose to hear. Make sure you mark down your 1 harm and your 2 breaking points as your mind begins to fray so early in this adventure. But Tina, as you're running with the clicking behind you, you're pretty sure that you hear something up ahead. You're pretty sure you hear the camp, and you're pretty sure that you hear normalcy. But let's bring in everybody else. Welcome, camp counselors, as we are back here in Camp Woodlake. Absolutely nothing's wrong. Everything's perfectly fine. You are in your last night of your indebtedness to this damn camp and these damn kids. Or maybe you like it and maybe you want to make this into a profession. Regardless, here we are. It is the end of your servitude. It is the end of summer. Tomorrow will be the final performance of the campers under your care and supervision. And that's that. The summer of '94 in the books. And as we look and as we begin to peel through this camp, this perfectly placed and though worn and it has some ruggedness to it, it's still clean, cared for, tended to, and flooded with children in matching light blue shirts and dark blue shorts as they run hither and yon. But one of those kids, a little taller, roughly 16 years old, looking a bit like a young Leo DiCaprio, is walking through this proper area of the camp. And Tommy, played by Mal, as you are walking through, I'd like you to roll a take stock as you look around at the camp that you've called home for most of your life.
Well, with how we started, this has me super worried already, but sure. A 6!
A 6! You all were doing fantastic. This is going to be a short one, everybody. If you've got plans, Okay, just like I said before, with a 6, you are able to tell me what you would like. You can ask, what do I see, what do I hear, or what do I smell? And I will decide how much I tell you, or if I even tell you what you asked for, because a 6 isn't good.
Well, we just wrapped up the last uh, dress rehearsal of the big event. So what do I hear?
Okay, so what do you hear? Well, you hear the motorboats on the lake being returned to the dock. 3 in total. They're coming back in from water skiing and general water sports and safety tests that are being administered at the end of the year. People are earning badges and certificates for various aquatic activities. There are cheers and a couple moans as the people are coming from, the campers are coming from the docks with either certificates in hand or a plan to achieve them next summer. As you're walking, you also pass through groups of campers as they kind of bleed past you, living their own lives. Some of them turn and nod to you. You're the cool kid. You're the junior counselor that's sort of like them and sort of too old and cool nonetheless. So you get measured respect, especially from the younger kids. But you hear just comments, when is mommy coming? And I can't believe this place never has apple juice. And Jack smells like a turd shat twice. And are you coming back next year? And can you believe that Carrie kissed Beth? And you just hear all of this floating around you. And then it is flooded out as you hear the sputter and putt of a gas-driven golf cart as it pulls up beside you, and a shaggy-haired gentleman of about 25 with a mustache, a bit too old to be a counselor, turns and leans towards you from his position at the golf cart, and he says, "Hey, Tommy, sit down, man, sit down." And he pats the seat beside him.
Fine, I'll sit.
He sits down, and this is Matthew, the senior counselor here at camp. He does most of the running of the camp itself when the various people that are in charge go hither and yon to town. But he sets you down and immediately puts his arm around you as he's driving with one hand, as if he were behind the wheel of an El Camino or a CRV as he is driving. Had you enjoy your summer? And he squeezes your right shoulder.
I try and shrug him off. It was fine, whatever, you know.
Oh, I forgot, man.
The kids are good this year.
You're too cool for that now. I got you. I'll keep him at 10 and 2. He puts him on the golf cart. You got your eye on anybody? Any of these other junior counselors?
No, none of the juniors.
You're lying to me. You're lying to me. You got your eye on somebody. I know you, Tommy. You're always shifty behind them shades. That's what everybody says. Eyes under there like searchlights. He takes his hands off the wheel.
I grabbed the wheel. We're only going 5 miles an hour or something, but I grabbed the wheel every time he lets go.
Okay, you were able to negotiate around the 8-year-old that ran in front, and you're able to pull it would have just probably smacked into the kid. Not enough to hurt him, everybody, but a golf cart is a deadly weapon here in 94. All right, so where are you going? You're heading over to the counselor cabin, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take you over. Let me start my meter. And he slaps the dash as if he's got a cab meter. And he drives you over, and there, within about 30 seconds, probably as fast as it would have been had you walked, you are in front of the counselor's cabin where your friends are. And he jumps out and shuts off the golf cart, puts his arm back around you, and ain't nobody looking. He puts his arm back around you, and he is walking you up to the door.
I hang my head and let him. He's gonna do this, so guess we're doing it.
He walks up and knocks on the cabin door. And Nia, Amanda, and Scotty, you hear. And then you hear, open up. It's the cops. No, it ain't.
You just hear Nia let go the biggest sigh, just clearly annoyed.
I'll go fling the door open.
No way, that's the cops.
Everybody, you're busted. And he walks in, he goes, look who I found. And he pulls up Tommy. Is this kid yours?
Oh.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Nia.
You
Hey.
you need a break?
From Matthew, maybe.
Tommy, did you stack those kayaks like I asked you?
Yeah,
God,
Tommy, did you
yeah.
expect
What
that?
did you think I was doing?
All right, did you lock the boathouse?
Fuck, no. I forgot.
Oh my God, you got the keys on you?
I got it. I'll do it. You all have fun. Just remember that liquor you have hidden in here, don't drink it all, of course, until I get back.
Yeah, Amanda's like, oh, all of it.
You know, I'll go take care of the boathouse, and then I gotta go take care of that kid, Will. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Willie, that kid shat in every hole in the putting green. I gotta have a conversation with his mom in the morning. You know.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, shat in every hole in putting green. Now, I mean, you got one of two problems. You've got a juvenile delinquent, or you got a serious intestinal problem. To fill them up, that's 8 cups, everybody. Anyway, you all have fun. I'll go down to the boathouse. And he turns around and leaves.
Isn't there like a camp legend of Matthew shitting in all 8 of the putting cups?
You hear going down the walk, yes, there is.
Man, he's shitting the cups again.
I'm not it.
Every year, man. Every year. Yeah, no, I did it. I did it
I did it last year.
I did it in 88. I did it in 90. Not doing it this year. That means it's you coming. Tommy, you can have the rest of this payday if you clean the shit out of those cups. I'm gonna eat a
It's
bite.
gonna make me
Scott,
It's gonna make me clean it up anyway, so you might as well give me that payday and just call it good, I guess.
All right, that's good. That's good. You've earned it. Hey, you've earned it.
All right, campers or counselors, do me a favor. I will tell you that your home for the past several weeks, months, has 2 wings to it. It is a bedroom on one side of the cabin for the girls, a bedroom on the other side of the cabin for the boys, and in the middle is a communal area. Other than that, tell me what this place is like. Add whatever you would like, except, of course, automatic weapons and flamethrowers. And then, if you will, tell me what is the final program that the kids have created to kind of show off to their parents when they get here tomorrow, and how did it go?
I can't remember where we ended up on the big show. Not a talent show.
No, we're doing a skit. We're doing skits.
We're doing a big
It's a
skit.
bonfire.
Yeah, skits by the bonfire. I tried to do suggest Joan of Arc, but they burned her at the stake, and they thought that might not be appropriate. But so just skits, just basic skits. They're bad. They're not great.
No, they're awful.
They're terrible.
No, I study theater, and
Here we go again.
they're awful. They just need work. I mean, that's rude to bash somebody's craft like that. You know what I mean? Like, they're working, they're kids, they're trying things out, and I think this sketch thing is a cool exercise for them. But yeah, no, they're not gonna. It's not gonna be good, like a good, fun thing. It's probably gonna be a disaster.
One of the kids is doing an interpretive dance to extremes more than words. It's
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, that's not very good.
Yeah, I watched them rehearse. It was weird.
I took a break. I couldn't watch it. So it's bad. It's not good. But the parents, they'll be impressed, I guess, because it's their kids or whatever. So I don't know, they overlook the majority of all flaws or something.
Yeah, the parents don't care.
Yeah. And the
Scotty
kids are having
tried.
fun. So it
Scotty
doesn't have-
tried really hard to get him to do Oklahoma, but they wanted skits.
I did. We tried. I had the book in my car, but yeah. And then we were talking about Our Town, but it was kind of long.
Well, I do like Our Town though.
Yeah. Barefoot in the Park was good, but they thought it was too sexy. So, no Neil Simon. The fifth graders vetoed that. So,
So skits.
no Sunshine Boys.
Skits lets everyone do what they want to do.
They do. And
basically.
I had to veto one skit though. The football players, they're not, it was offensive.
Okay, so other than the skit by the Alpha Betas, do me a favor, and as we haven't had a chance to properly introduce the rest of you, and we'll actually have Kat do this when we get back to Tina, if we get back to Tina. Go around, please, starting with Travis. Travis, tell us about Scotty, and give us your face claim for Scotty so people can get in their head an idea. And everybody, what we did here to kind of keep into the theme of the 90s, we picked people that you would cast in the 90s to play this group. And this fantastic cast playing took it a step further and actually cast people that only would have been available in the 90s. A lot of them are gone now, like not dead, they just ceased to be famous. But go ahead and Travis,
as far as we know.
As far as we know, I mean, they may be really big down in like Poughkeepsie, but we'll see.
Ryan Phillippe is alive, as far as I know, divorced and alive. So yeah, picture Cruel Intentions era Ryan Phillippe, hair nice and crispy, full of whatever those guys put in their hair. A lot of Aquanet going on, the tight curls that the ladies seem to love. You got the white wife beater with the camp shirt over it, and I need a little bit of VHS static. Oh, hey, I'm Scotty, and this is my Real World Season 5 audition tape. I'm 17, I love kayaking, playing Mario Kart, laughing, and hanging out with my friends. My favorite bands are Beastie Boys and Green Day. I'm currently studying theater and bowling in college. My dream job is to be an MTV VJ like Pauly Shore or Red Johnny and the Round Guy, and I'm just dying to be on The Real World. I'm a pretty chill dude, but I'm also into getting into trouble from time to time, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's me. Hey, rock the vote, practice safe sex, and remember, children are our future. Pretty good, right? Scotty sucks.
It's fantastic. So that after you get it, that tells you everything you need to know about Scotty from his Real World audition tape. As we go over to Lindy, tell us about Amanda, and tell us who your face claim is for her. And you don't have to do a Real World audition tape, but just tell us who she is.
So Amanda Key, her face claim is Cameron Diaz, because she's a bit of a jock. She was that girl in high school. She did track, she did volleyball, she did soccer. Someone, not gonna say names, ruined her track score though on the big thing, and she wasn't able to get her track scholarship to go to NYU. So now her parents are making her go to Cornell University in Ithaca. She's a college freshman. She's real happy here to be at camp though, meet up with all her old friends. Well, most of her old friends. And it's just, she's been athletic. She's kind of gets put in charge of the unruly sports savvy boys and gals, as they tend to respect her because she's got some minor awards and stuff, and volleyball and track and soccer. But she's just here ready to, maybe get in a fight or two, but not really. And maybe flirt a bit with, I don't know, some people. It depends on who's here.
Right. And in the realm of intimidation, no better face claim than Cameron Diaz, who we have already established is 17 feet tall.
Yes.
So we will jump over Kat right now, and we'll go to Katie. Katie, who are you playing, and the face claim for said person?
Yeah, I'm playing Nia Darling. The face claim for her is like 99 never been kissed Lily Sobieski with like the pigtails, sort of nerdy looking. She doesn't wear the glasses, but she when her best friend Tina decided to go to college, she had already made plans to stay behind and stick around home. So like she planned, she stayed home to help her dad and her brothers run Darling Hometown Hardware, and that's actually why she's a counselor. She's a counselor, but she sort of helps out with any of the problems that the problems that might go in the camp. She's not that good at it, but she volunteered. She has access to a hardware store. Why not ask anyone else? And she hasn't talked to her best friend in over a year, and instead has been just sort of hanging around Tommy, her little brother, Tina's little brother, and having, just nothing's changed. She didn't leave. She stayed behind.
Fantastic. And we've already said that the face claim is Leo DiCaprio, but Mal, who is Tommy?
So Tommy is Tina's younger brother. He's about 16. He's not a full counselor. He has to do a skit with the kids. The kids really seem to like him, maybe because of his terrible jokes, but, younger kids, they like terrible jokes. But he likes to hang out with Tina's old friends, the older counselors. And, he tells lots of jokes. He's really sarcastic, class clown.
Fantastic. And so we have this group gathered here in the area. We know that skits are being done. What is the group's plan for the evening? You have basically the evening to yourselves, and then the next day will be in preparation for the arrival of the parents to camp, and then of course the skits will be performed, and the children will be returned to their parents to tell all the tales, both fictional and fact, of their time this summer of '94 in Camp Woodlake. But what inside this little microcosm of the camp are the counselors and the junior counselor going to do?
Nia looks up at looks away from Tommy and toward Amanda and Scotty, because Matthew's gone now, and she just pointedly says, "We're not inviting him, right? That's not gonna happen."
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that Matthew and I bought a little alcohol this year, because I had to repeat the third grade twice. So, but we've got plenty of it. So, but I mean, whatever.
I just feel like it's gonna be a really bad time if Matthew's around. I'm gonna probably get drunk and start calling him Maddie, and it just goes downhill from there.
I kind of want to see that, though. Not gonna lie, but if you don't want to experience that, I can understand, and we can. He's at the boat house right now, so we can go do something else while he's gone.
If we leave right now, he'll never catch up.
He won't. We could go hang out in the cafeteria mess hall. Food is great. Food goes good with.
Yeah, they probably got stuff left over.
Yeah, I could eat again.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't met my protein quota for today, so I could eat probably about like 6 scrambled eggs right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we should all probably have something on our stomachs if we're going to drink.
Yeah, and I got to get the snacks together for the 5th graders, and make sure everything's locked up, and make sure the breaker, is turned off. So I got all this camp stuff to do. So if there's a beer, there, I might,
Scotty.
hang out with you guys.
Scotty, you're gonna hang out and you're gonna drink with us.
Our last night.
All right, man. Yeah, you know me. I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm just trying to, make sure if you don't lock up the freezer, it opens, and then all of the Salisbury steak gets old, and then
Well, I guess we gotta
one-
eat all the
the one after
Salisbury
that gets
steak
here.
then. I mean, there's a whole more day of camp left. What are the kids gonna do if they don't have Salisbury steak tomorrow? Let's cry.
Oh, that was the
Yeah,
Salisbury steak order from '78. So they still have quite a few of them in there. They just save it for next year. That's how it works.
We can also eat
Salisbury
whipped
steak.
cream right out of the can.
Oh, I love doing that.
The whipped cream and the hot fudge.
We mostly just, got to make sure Tommy over here has a good time. Last year as a junior counselor.
Oh, it's true. It's true. Tomorrow, next year, you get to join the real counselors. Tommy.
That's true, Tommy. I feel like I'm passing a torch to you, pal. It's a lot of responsibility. It's a lot of, a lot of people depending on you. It's nothing to take lightly, but that doesn't mean you can't party a little bit. Can't have a little good time, kind of a good time there, the tail end. So, yeah, you're gonna hang out with the cool kids tonight.
Yeah, that sounds good. Has anyone seen Tina though? She was supposed to be here.
Tina was
I'd like
Oh.
everyone to roll a take stock roll.
Okay, Greg.
Wait, Tina? Tina?
Would that be? Oh yeah, I found it. Just kidding. I should
I
wear my
got a
glasses.
12. Katie got a 12.
Woo!
Katie with a 12, she can now see on the subatomic level.
There are three 12s in a row.
Holy shit!
Tommy, Nia, and Amanda.
Okay, so
Yo.
we found our sweet spot, everybody. Here are the rolls. Okay, so I will get to tell you everything that you see, everything that you hear, and everything that you smell. The smells are still the same. The camp seems to be going on about you as normal. The smells of just the earth and the lake dominating everything, the campfire. The sounds, however, that's what trips you up. Because you still hear, Gloria Stefan playing in the distance as somebody has a stereo going. You hear the showers running in the nearby bunkhouses. But you don't hear any of the children. That general white noise, that buzz of static youth that is constant in Camp Woodlake during these months is gone. But we're going to cut back to Tina. As Tina, you burst off, you break through some of the overgrowth that's kind of leading from where the parking lot would be into the camp proper. You're deviating from what would be the normal footpaths of this area. You are instead just stumbling into this space. I need you to take stock for me, please.
So this is probably where Tina dies.
Maybe.
Yep, this is gonna be where Tina dies.
Okay, that's a 3. Okay, let's... Tina,
I mean, it could get worse, but
as you stumble through the tall grass and kind of break through, you trip again and fall again, hitting your wounded knee, not causing any additional damage, but you just kind of hit and roll and spin and slide, staring up at the darkening sky. And as you look kind of back between your feet, like a gunslinger who has lost, you see, instead of a duelist, you see the woods and the road that you left, and you see a fog rolling from those woods, opaque, white, solid, and it is breaking at a very fast rate.
she's the mouth is dry, and all of a sudden she's just scrabbling, doing that crab walk backwards. She's not even trying to roll over to get to her feet or her hands and knees. She's just scrabbling backwards, trying to just move. She's in full panic mode, and she's screaming, but she's not aware that she's screaming.
All right, let's roll a push through for me as you are staring at this. And this is more mental and physical. This is a combo roll. So just go ahead and see if you can push through just getting your body to move. Another 6 as Tina.
Well, 20 wants me to die.
It apparently does. So what we're gonna do is you need to pick 2 of the following. You injure yourself for 1 harm. You accidentally hurt someone else and they take 1 harm. You open yourself up to more danger, or you risk the entire group's safety. I need you to pick 2 of those.
There's nobody else around. It's just her. So she's going to injure herself and open herself up to more harm,
Okay.
to more danger. So I mark a harm.
Okay, so what we're going to say is when you first thought that you were okay with the fall, as you put your hand back to crab crawl, you notice that there is a length of what looks like an old sign, perhaps a no parking sign, but it's kind of metal and corrugated, and it is through the palm of your hand and piercing out of the back of it.
She's just, I mean, I think at this point she's had enough of watching the fight. She looks at her hands. Oh, and she rolls over on her stomach. She's trying not to be sick, but she's just kind of, for some reason, she holding the hand out like this as she's just pulling herself along on her forearm in the dirt. Again, she's not even thinking, she can't even think to get to her feet or to her knees. She's just kind of pushing with her feet and her forearm, kind of just dragging herself through the dirt.
Okay, and as this is occurring to Tina, just inside the cabin, almost 3 to 5 seconds after Tommy said, "Has anyone seen Tina? She's supposed to be here," and you all realize there are no sounds coming from camp, you hear a very Tina-like scream.
Hey, I think that's Tina.
I go running out the door like an idiot because it's my sister.
Nia does too, right after Tommy. He's her best friend.
Can I find a flashlight?
Absolutely. We're going to say that because you're counselors and you have to run off to the cabins at all times, there is a bank of 6 kind of heavy, not like mag lights, but like the kind that miners would use that you hold from the top. So
Ever ready.
Ever ready. There you go.
I'm gonna grab my walking stick because there was a scream that maybe it's like a badger or something. Who knows? I don't know. It's what I use to threaten the kids if they don't behave with.
What did you grab?
My
You
walking
grabbed
stick.
Your walking stick. Okay.
My
Now listen.
walking stick.
I'm not going to give you a walking stick. What I'm going to give you is it's going to be a trek pole. You have one of those poles that people walk with as you're hiking to make sure that you maintain the cross-country form.
I do skiing in the wintertime because, Ithaca gets really cold and you can do some skiing on the mountain that's up there.
And it's very light.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay, Greg.
You've got your trek pole with you.
Okay. Well, I can fit off a badger with a track pole. I'm not worried about it.
Okay, as you all run out, there's no need for a take stock roll here. You can see that as far as targets go, there are only 2 things. There's Tina, and there is this encroaching fog that is rolling in at an alarming rate from the lake, from the forest. You can't see behind you through the building, but you can see where there's a white wall breaking to the left and the right. You see that Tina is about to get swallowed by this fog. And you also see that she has a length of metal sticking out of her hand. Everybody that ran outside, I want you to roll a witness the uncanny.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
12.
Oh, 6.
I rolled the worst you could roll.
Oh no.
Okay, so all of you... Okay. Who rolled a 6 or less? Okay. You each take 2 breaking points.
Ouch. Okay.
And you also have to roll at a -1 on your next roll. So you will be rolling at a -1 the next time you are called to roll anything. Did anybody get 7 to 9 on there? Nope. Then anybody else? You are able to witness the uncanny, and not only are you okay with it, you each are able to avoid any breaking points, and you get a +1 to your next roll as you are flooded with the adrenaline capable of forcing off both fear but also promoting action. And so, with that being said, Tina is not going to make it, not without assistance. Who, if anyone, is going?
I got a 10. So I'm, and Scotty's a little thick. I mean, let's just be honest here. So, impending doom, he hasn't processed it. So he's just going to get, and also a little bit of light lifeguard training all through middle and high school. So just going to barrel right in there and get a hold of Tina without freaking out about it. Just rush in and get her.
Okay.
Help out.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. If there are several people running, I want you all to make push-through rolls as you are trying to sprint down, grab Tina, and potentially make it out before the fog gets you. Is that what I'm hearing here? Is the retreat back to your cabin, or are you going someplace else?
How far is
so-
the mess hall?
It's as far as you want it to be. This is your camp. It could be
Okay,
right
it's
beside
like
your
the
cabin.
same
It could be-
distance as their cabin, and it's got food. So,
Okay.
mess hall.
But we can't hear the counselors, and Scotty is aware of this because he takes the whole counselor thing too seriously. So, like, I can see him, like, after getting Tina away from the fog and sort of securing her, he needs to get her first aid. And
So that'd probably be in the main building too, like where the mess hall is.
yeah,
You would know that the first aid is not held in the mess hall. It is in fact held at the amphitheater, which the back of the amphitheater is the first aid station. It's in the center of camp.
Okay.
so I think Scotty has to have a moment where he's like looking around and like, why can't we hear the kids? Like, why isn't
They're
anybody?
probably still asleep. Maybe Matthew gave them all NyQuil again.
Wait, Matthew okay, I don't have to. Okay, so we're
We'll
gonna
talk about it.
that's not okay, by the way, but we're gonna deal with that in a second. So look, I'm gonna get Tina like straight to the first aid station.
Okay. We gotta push through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leery on rolling anything.
Nia
Okay.
isn't pushing through because Nia, I rolled a 2. So realistically, Nia's not doing shit. She's terrified.
Oh, I got oh, but I have -1, don't I? I got a 6.
Yuck.
Okay, those are all lovely. That's a 6, a 4, and a 5 from the 3 people that are running down to get Tina. Tina, you see as 2 of your friends and your brother descend upon you as you are wounded, and you turn and kind of lock eyes with them for a second as you see Scotty, Amanda, and Tommy rushing towards you. And just as you're kind of reaching out with your good hand to take one of theirs, whoever gets to you first, they do kind of all reach you, but as they all reach you, everything turns white. Nia, you watch as your 4 friends get swallowed up and immediately disappear in this fog. What do you do?
So Nia didn't grab a flashlight because she ran right out after Tommy. I think she's going to just steel herself, and she won't run toward the fog, but she's going to slowly begin to approach it with like a hand held out. Just calling out, Amanda, Tommy, what the fuck is going on?
You do not get an answer. I need you to make another witness the uncanny as your friends have disappeared and you are alone on this planet as far as you can tell.
Yeah. That's a 9 because I had the -1.
Okay. So with that though, you are able to not. Let me see. Um, you can either add a -1 to your next roll or take a breaking point with a 7 to a 9.
I'll take the -1 to my next roll.
Okay. So you're feeling your confidence return. It's still you're very shaken. As you're approaching with your hand out, Nia, you see that this is still rushing towards you. It didn't just swallow your friends at that point and stop. It's continuing its advance. And you can see that this is about 7 feet tall as it rushes in this almost a wall, just bristling and rolling like the sea, but it's covering maybe 10 yards every couple seconds, just as it's rushing up to you. Are you still advancing?
No, she's going to turn and run back toward the camp and try to find Matthew.
Okay, where are you heading? You've
Boathouse. That's
established?
the last place I knew he was going.
Okay, so you're heading down to the boathouse, and as you turn the corner of from where your cabin is, you can see the amphitheater in the center, and as you look past it, you see it get swallowed by a wall of fog. It seems to be coming from all directions, including the boathouse, which is by the lake. It looks like you are in a circle that is rapidly closing.
Can I find the eye of the circle? Can I see where that is from my viewpoint?
It just go ahead and roll me a take stock as you look around real quick.
So a 7.
You can ask me one. What do I see? What do I smell? What do I hear?
I can ask
So
2.
it was just
Oh,
on your
2.
next roll, right? Because so even 8. So.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's still the same though. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yes,
So what do
got-
I see and what do I hear?
You don't hear anything, except for you continue to hear like Gloria Stefan playing from one of the cabins. You hear the showers that seem to still be going full tilt. And what you see is it looks like everything is rushing towards the amphitheater, which is the center of the camp.
Okay, she's going to go toward the amphitheater, keeping an eye out for. She's mostly focused on going to the amphitheater, but I think still keeping an eye out for any other campers, counselors, things like that. But she's going to go to the amphitheater and try to wait.
Okay. Roll me a push through as you are sprinting to keep from getting swallowed by this stuff.
Okay. A 9. No,
Okay.
wait, is that right? Yeah, 9.
It is, yeah. So let's see. You can choose one of these. You injure yourself, mark 1 harm. You accidentally hurt someone else, they get 1 harm. You open yourself up to more danger. I'm not going to allow you to do anything to other people because you're alone. So you can take 1
Yeah,
harm.
I'm going to take 1 harm.
Okay. So much like Tina did before, you're running and you kind of fall, and this time you skin your hands on the gravel, but you're able to immediately push yourself up and continue to run. And as you get to the amphitheater, there's the trailer that's behind the stage, kind of like the backdrop for it, where props and things are kept, but it's also where the first aid station is. And the door is kind of lazily swinging open. What would you like to do?
Not be here. Go into the first aid room slowly.
Okay, you go into the first aid, and just as you get in there, the fog rushes up towards the door that's open behind you. What would you like to do?
No, pull the door closed.
Okay. You pull the door closed, and as you do, almost as if a backdraft from a fire, you see wisps of this fog around the frame of the door as it kind of it comes in and then rolls back out. The trailer remains fog free, but you hear a rustle from behind you. Let's cut back into the group that got swallowed by the fog. Everyone, Tina, you are grabbed by everybody as the fog hits you. You think you can hear yelling, but as soon as you open your mouths to either return a yell or sound off, you are filled with this briny taste in your mouth It's almost gag worthy as it just stops and kind of simultaneously dries your throat and also nauseates you. It's almost as if it immediately gives you that awful cough medicine, gonna vomit feeling. And you stop for a moment and you all realize you can see one another, but your vision is limited to about 3 or 4 feet.
If it tastes that bad, I'm gonna take my carabiner water bottle off, which totally, because it's the last night of camp, definitely has whiskey in it. And just wash it out. Clip it back onto my belt.
I think Tina at this point has become physically ill. She's between the pain and the blood and the fear and now this fog. She's just kind of curled up and just retching.
And Scotty is in full Baywatch mode. All his weeks of lifeguard training are coming into play here, and he's his eyes are clear. He's feeling good. All right, come on, Tina. Here we go. Up on your feet. Here we go. And he puts her arm around his neck, and here we go. We're walking. We're walking this way.
We gotta get
She's
just like medical or something. God, this is
and she's trying to reach out for Tommy, but she's pretty much limp in Scotty's grasp. She's not able to really help him.
I'll help because I'm strong.
Okay, what I want everyone to do here is you're still helping Tina do stuff.
Yeah.
So Scotty, Travis, if you would roll me a Tina, go down your area and roll for Tina your interaction with her.
What?
Right, roll a
Roll
Tina.
me a Tina.
Everybody in this system, you have a stat for all of your friends. Some of these stats can be negative modifiers. They can be positive modifiers based on your interactions and any kind of secrets or deep-seated resentments you may have. We did all of those in the session 0. If they bleed forward, great. Everybody might be dead before we have any great revelations. But so go ahead and roll me a Tina. And is that an 8? Oh,
I did.
8.
I got an 8.
Okay.
You want me to roll a Tina too because I'm helping with my strong arms, my strong volleyball arms. Okay.
Yes, go ahead and
Oh, I got
roll.
an 11 actually.
Okay, so when you are helping someone, let me make sure I get these right. You get bonuses. They get bonuses towards the rolls that they are going to have. Oops, lost my page. Shoot.
So while they're both helping my sister, I would grab my flashlight that I always have.
Okay.
I get a -1 with Tina, by the way. According
Yeah,
to
you
my
do.
Stuff here.
Okay, so yeah, it was already factored in there. That's why you got an 8 instead of a 9.
Oh, it's in there. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I
I
had
have
it
a
set
plus
up so.
1 because I don't know anything.
Right. Okay. So let me make sure I've got. Give me 1 second. I'll make sure I get this right. We got breaking points. Gosh, where did I put the bond? Oh, here are the bonds. Okay. So when you roll these for everybody, 2 or more, blah 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 blah. History. I had all this written down. Darn it. I think it's just the roll that helps you. I believe so. Petra's in chat. If we did something wrong, then whatever. We're going to say that those are 2 successes as far as I'm concerned. So you're able to get her up and continue to walk towards in whatever direction you would like to go. That means that currently on either side of Tina, we have Scotty, who is in Baywatch mode. We have Amanda, who's in Trek Pole liquor consumption mode. And we have Tommy, who is in what mode?
Volleyball arms mode.
Well, so he has a mag light, but not like the big mag light, just one of those really little ones that fits in your pocket. And so if Scotty and Amanda are helping carry my sister, then I would get my flashlight on and be leading in front of them with the
I
flashlight.
can hand you mine. And I can hand you mine because I can't carry it.
Okay, I pick that up then.
Flashlights.
Okay, so as you are dual wielding flashlights, I would like you to, as you're going, what direction are you headed? Back to your cabin?
We gotta
Probably to the first aid, like we talked about before the fog swallowed us.
Okay. Since you are leading, Tommy, roll me a take stock as you are peering through the 3 to 4
7.
feet available. Oh, good. It's good. You can ask me too. What do you see, hear, or smell?
Well, since I already know I can only see like 3 feet ahead of me, I will. What do I hear? What do I smell?
Okay. You smell that briny smell, that rot, that water kind of festering, a swamp type of smell that's more taste than anything else right now. It seems to have saturated your tongue and the area around your nose and mouth. It's just ever present in every breath and every swallow. But as you are listening, you hear for the first time, instead of that Gloria Stefan that seems to be on repeat, as if somebody were practicing a skit that they are going to have Gloria Stefan playing as a track behind, it just continues to turn the beat around over and over again.
That's so good.
So as that is playing, you do hear what sounds like a skittering. You hear some gravel shift behind you.
I will, with the 2 flashlights, turn toward whatever the skittering is, turning around, because we should totally get lost in the fog.
Okay, so as Tommy turns around, the rest of you quickly kind of hit his position. Do you continue past his position? You're beginning to make out landmarks that are, that we're right here at the intersections, and there's the old railroad tie. You know you're in the general direction. You don't the flashlights aren't required to see where you're going because you still have a little bit of light left here. But do you leave Tommy behind, or do you all stop?
I'm like shouting at Tommy, like yelling at him to head toward the.
If Tina sees Tommy being left behind, she's going to start actively resisting to get to her little brother.
Yeah, you haven't passed him. You're kind of pulled up next to him, but if you continue to walk, you will begin leaving him behind by a pace 2, 3, 5. So if you all come to a stop, is that the intent?
I mean, I'm like yelling, Tommy, pick up your feet, pal. We got to move. It's foggy. It stinks
We
like
gotta
hell.
go. It's like pretend we're at a track meet, and you just gotta move your feet to win.
Did you hear that? I heard something.
Tommy, come on,
Tried
please.
Tina puking all over my nice new Converse.
Tommy, I heard it too. Gotta go.
Nikes.
Tommy, your sister's in bad shape, pal. We got to get moving. This probably.
Puking all over my Nikes. All right.
I think I got hit too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sorry, okay. Well, sorry.
Okay, for a moment, Tommy, you're in the back as everybody continues up, and you're the first to realize that the wave of the fog appears to be lowering. It seems to the level of it is dropping, and your eyes pop out of the fog as it runs by your nose, past your mouth, to your throat and your chest. And as you turn around, you see Scotty and Amanda and Tina being brought out of it as well, almost as if the fog was a wave that had crashed upon the camp and is now dissipating as the strength and the volume of water is being spread over a large space. It begins to drop and hits about waist level, but then remains there. It just stays at waist level. Depending upon your height, it's bouncing between belly button and bottom of diaphragm. And Scotty, you're the one that sees the 2 fleshy appendages pop out of the fog with 2 bloodshot eyes looking at you. I would like you to roll a Witness the Uncanny as you do just that.
Good luck, bro.
With a 7, wait, nope. Oh, wait.
Come on, Scotty.
Okay.
No, it's not Scotty, it's Tommy.
Oh, it's Tommy. It's Tommy.
Okay.
Yeah, Tommy's the one that turned. Tommy turned, and it was Tommy was looking and saw the reduction.
Well,
So
good luck,
I need-
bro. Either way.
Yeah, I need to Witness the Uncanny from Tommy. If I said Scotty, I apologize. It's Tommy that has to make this roll.
9.
Okay, awesome. With a 9, you get to choose whether or not you want to take a breaking point or you want to get a -1 to your next roll.
You know, I saw my sister get hurt real bad, and there's some weird shit going on. I probably have a breaking point.
Then give yourself one, my friend. As much like in the trash compactor of the original Death Star, you see not one eye kind of periscope out, but two. And as the rest kind of turn around, Tommy, come on, Tommy, they go back beneath the surface of the fog, just making it wisp a little bit, as you were the only one that bore witness to whatever the fuck that was.
What was that?
What was what, Tommy?
The green eyes, the
There was something in the fog.
green eyes, the click.
I have never lost a kid yet, and I am not losing one today. Amanda, do you have her?
We need to go. We need to go faster. But
Okay, I feel like Tina is a very important thing right now. We should just handle that first, and then we can go look after kids. Okay? Okay?
Because Tommy's able. Is he behind us, or is he like keeping up? And
Tommy's like a step or two behind your group now, as he paused to wait a bit as you were hey, pick up your feet. You know, that carried you 2 or 3 steps past him. So he's last in line.
So that's what I
you.
figured is that I would lose my temper with that, and if with Amanda being strong as shit and probably able to get her going, I'm going to turn around and grab Tommy by the upper arm and try not to break it as I pull him back into the.
All right. We're just gonna walk faster. We're gonna power walk this, okay, Tina? We're gonna walk real fast. I wanna get you some Pepto-Bismol, whatever. All right, good talk. Let's go.
She
Right.
Tommy,
kind of
what are
holds
you
her
doing?
hand out in front of her so you can see the piece of metal through her hand.
Okay, we'll get you some what? It's not hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen peroxide.
Peroxide. She needs
Hydrogen
peroxide.
peroxide. We'll get you
Vaccine on it.
Band-Aid. Some tweezers. It'll fix you right up. We just gotta get to the med kit,
Tweezers.
okay?
Tommy, are you running? You saw this. Are you holding firm here, or are you sprinting? What's Tommy's move here?
Since Scotty grabbed his arm and Amanda is still
Yeah,
walking.
I'm power walking. Like, let's just go.
Between the thing in the fog and Scotty grabbing his arm, Tommy just turns around and is like, "Okay, yeah, let's go," and he tries to catch back up to Tina and Amanda.
Okay, everybody that's going here, and I'm going to have Amanda and Tina roll as a unit. I want push through for everybody as
Okay.
I was listening to the Doors earlier. I want you to
Uh-huh.
push through to everybody as you are walking with extreme.
We suck. We suck so bad.
Petra, the system's awesome. This is the greatest, most DM-friendly system that's ever been made. Yay! Okay, so
Greg? Real quick, just to clarify, Tina at this point in time still has just 2 harm and is at 2 breaking points, correct?
correct, yes.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
I think I said 2 beginning. It should have been so you're fine.
Okay.
2 breaking points, 2 harm. As this all happens, you all fail as you begin to run. Let's see, we had a 4, we had a 6, we had a 5, and we had a 3 as you all started to run. So I need each of you need to pick the following. You are with a group here. This is your first option to either take a harm for yourself, accidentally hurt someone else, open yourself up to more danger, or risk the group's safety. Each of you must pick 2 of these.
Oh, okay.
So
Tina is going to risk the group's safety by screaming and fainting because
Okay.
she's now dead weight.
Well, that makes my decision real easy then, as Amanda. She's gonna take a harm, and I'm gonna take a harm. As she's just dead weighted in my arms.
Okay, so
And I'm
Amanda
probably
takes a
opening
harm.
myself up to more danger as well.
Okay, and you're giving a harm to Tina. Lindy?
Yeah. Yeah, because
Okay.
she just dead weighted me. I mean, I'm
Okay.
strong and I'm a volleyball player and I'm really cool and all, but damn.
As Tina faints
You
and
put my
goes
Nike,
dead.
then you faint.
Yeah, as Tina faints and goes dead weight, she kind of puts her hands out to, at the last second, like when everything goes white, and you can see that the length of metal goes
Oh,
deeper
shit.
and pierces further through as she
Well.
catches herself, enough where you get caught on the jagged end of it as well. One
Hydrogen
harm for you, 3 for Tina. What's everybody else doing?
Okay, so this is your Jack Torrance in The Shining moment. Not so I pull his arm hard enough to hurt him, and I do Tommy a harm and
Okay.
a snoot boop, and then I roll my ankle and take a harm, and this is a classic male overcorrection, right? Didn't have to do it, turned around and just like, get him and fucking why isn't anybody doing what they're supposed to do? And end up hurting both of us, which happens so often.
Okay, so as this incredibly fucked up sequence occurs where everybody runs and falls and hurts themselves and gets mad in a very 94 way, it is the age of grunge and there's just feelings. And so as this all happens, you all kind of go down into this heap because they set themselves up for additional harm to the group by fainting, but then opening themselves up to more danger. As you all fall to the ground, you pierce that waist level veil of the fog. And as you hit and kind of smash, doing harm to everybody that you've given it off to, Amanda, you're close enough. And as you see Tina kind of lying in front of you on the ground, fainted, you see her eyes flutter open, and then she gets ripped away from you down, and you see her face disappear into the fog as it gets pulled back in the direction from whence you came. Let's cut back into the medical trailer.
God damn it, Greg.
Nia, you hear a rustling, you hear as if something had just tipped over. Some of the one of the glass kind of canisters that holds the cotton balls next to the one that holds the Dum Dum lollipops, and as it hits, it kind of clink clink clink.
Yeah, and she's still standing near the door where she just pulled it closed. And I think her eyes get very wide. Is this room lit up? Are the lights on in here? Is it dark?
The lights are not on, but there's enough lights that you recognize the area. You're familiar. You've been in this camp for a long time, so everything seems to be where it needs to be as far as geometry is concerned.
Okay.
There's the square of the desk. There's the filing cabinet there.
Okay, then she's going to try her best to take advantage of, use her hometown advantage, basically. And I want to use my special move where when I hide, I roll senses instead of body. And she's going to try to duck between a filing cabinet or under a desk or something and see if she can hide and maybe see if anything is dangerous in this room.
Absolutely. Roll me a hide then using your senses, which I already plugged in for you, I think.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And it's an 8.
Okay, so with an 8, choose one. They see you, but you get a head start if you need it. You make a narrow escape without being seen, but it will cost you. You are cornered. Good luck. Of those 3, which one would you like to pick?
They see you, but you get a head start if you need it.
Okay. So what we're going to say is, as you know this area very well, you duck behind and you're kind of going into like the footwell of the desk. The chair's never there because it's more of a station than an actual desk. It's where people prepare things and write stuff. No one ever sits down in the infirmary. You roll into the footwell, but as you do, you roll into the person that's hiding in there as well. And as you bump into them, you come face to face with one of the campers.
Immediately she grabs them by their shoulders. Are you all right? How long have you been in here?
The child that you know as Jack is staring straight ahead and seems to be covered, drenched in some type of fluid.
I'm going to try to I'm going to try to read a person since he's not answering. Is that okay?
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah, I think she's just like snapping, like, Jack, come on, focus. I need answers. So that's an 8.
Okay, on an 8, you get to ask one question.
Yeah, what are you worried about?
His eyes kind of drift, and for a moment you realize that it's almost as if about 1/8 of an inch of his body seems to be, it's almost like it's covered in something. Like he's been dipped in a translucent chocolate, if he were some type of candy. But when he turns his eyes to look at you, you realize that it's also covering his eyes as well, as if his whole body has this fluid kind of suspended 1/8 of an inch over his flesh. And when he opens his mouth, you see it kind of bend in around the teeth and the tongue as it seems to cover and coat everything. And you hear him kind of, doesn't seem to be in pain, but he gurgles. And it's almost as if the voice and the speech is carried in a bubble that breaks and kind of fills inside his mouth. And when it pops, his mouth is actually closing when you hear from the pop, the lake.
Okay. She is going to, if he seems like he's okay besides this weird happening, she's a little terrified. Can she find perhaps, I don't know if this would be something our camp would have, but like a radio in here? If everyone has radios that they keep? I would imagine maybe like the first aid has a radio or some kind of speaker system.
Yep, I have it here, and I'll tell you where it is. The radio is at the Little Red Cabin Schoolhouse Library.
Oh my God.
Which can be as close or as far from the amphitheater as you would like it, since you get to place it, Katie.
Yeah, so I think she's going to just look at Jake and I'll stay here, be safe. We'll figure this out maybe. And she's going to try to get out and head toward the schoolhouse, which I think is probably, if it's all based around the amphitheater, I imagine that everything is in like the same sort of distance, in sort of this circular kind of layout. So I would imagine it's probably about the same distance as it would be to get from here to our bunks or to like the mess hall. It's probably all a really circular sort of design. And she's going to take off there. She's going to leave Jack behind, sorry.
Jack. Katie, has Nia taken any harm?
Just one.
You are in the infirmary. If you would like to take advantage of its usefulness, while you are here, you are able to heal yourself for 1 harm once this session.
Yeah, I'll do it. Can I,
Okay.
before I leave, I don't know if I'd have to roll for it, grab any other supplies that might make helping someone else easier?
You mean
Like a first aid kit?
There is a first aid kit here that they take out onto the boats with them. So yeah, you can grab a kit if you would like it. It will provide the same healing as an infirmary for 1 person.
Okay. Yeah, she'll grab the first aid kit and then she's going to just poke her head out the door. Apparently, probably still see the fog, of course. And then she's going to like crouch walk as fast as she can to the library.
Okay, so as couple things happen here, Katie, as Nia starts to walk out, you turn back and look at Jack, and you realize now that he has what caused that clinking sound was he had pulled down the tongue depressor, kind of the mirror to the dum-dums and the cotton balls, and he is taking out the large fat tongue depressors, and he is scraping his arms trying to get this film off. And you can see that some of it's collecting, and when he throws the tongue depressors down to get a new one, they hit the floor and the wall and the desk and stick there as if they are epoxied to the area. And he just constantly, like a Sisyphus, just constantly scraping at this mercurial substance. And as you look out, you see that the fog has dropped to waist level. And as you look out, you witness your friends collapsing beneath it.
Well, that changes my plan. Instead of, when she sees her friend, she's going to run toward them.
Okay.
She's going to keep quiet. She's not going to let herself be known. She's going straight for them. She doesn't know what's in the fog besides her friends.
Okay. Yeah. So you charge through the fog. As you're running, we have above the fog, which is Nia, and we have beneath the fog surface, which is Scotty, Amanda, Tina, and Tommy. Amanda, you just witnessed Tina getting sucked down below you as being pulled back. I am going to give both you and Tommy, who was a step behind everybody, a chance to go ahead and grab
Tina. I was just going to say fuck that and leave, but...
Absolutely, yes. That is an absolutely viable option if you want to say, because no one can... Listen, this is the fog. No one can see you via Candias to Tina. You know, she is just gone. So if you hold your action...
I just imagine if I was that person in the horror movie scenario where I'm holding on to somebody and then they dead weight and I'm still holding on to them and then they just get sucked out, I'm gone. Like, there's nothing I can do at that point. I'm just like... Nope.
Okay.
As much as I want to help, I don't think Amanda would.
So Amanda, as
she's gonna nope back towards Scotty.
We're gonna say this though, Amanda, as I mentioned the narrative, as you look, Tina's eyes fluttered open. You both met, and then Tina got sucked away.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tina was aware when she got pulled back.
That's fine. She still puked on my Nikes and then fainted. I mean,
okay,
claws are still valid.
So you pull yourself up out of the fog, and Nia, you would see Amanda emerge, and the fog seems to create tendrils as if it's trying to pull Amanda back down, but she moves past it as she erupts out of it. Tommy, you see your sister's shoes, then her pants and her skinned knee, and you see her body being drug back past you. You can also see one of those appendages wrapped around her ankle.
I want to hit it with the giant flashlight I'm holding.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a use violence.
It's got 67 batteries in it.
I am good at violence. I didn't think of that. Whatever. It's fine.
Okay, so on a 7, which you had, you either have to pick one of the following. You take things too far, you end up in a bad spot, you lose the trust of one of your friends, and they mark your relationship with a -1, you injure yourself, mark 1 harm. What would you like to do?
I have to pick 2. Well,
just one,
I probably...
Just one.
Just one?
With a 7, just 1, yep.
I probably put myself in a bad spot.
Okay, so what we're going to say is as you bring the heavy flashlight down, you do in fact get it to disengage from Tina, but as you hit it and kind of crush it beneath the bottom of the flashlight in the ground, it instead snaps up and wraps around your wrist, and you feel yourself being pulled in the same direction. Your sister is free though. Scotty, what are you doing as shit has gone south? We are We are. This is Key Largo,
Things
man.
were never going north, Greg.
Yeah.
When were they not going south? We started off in
They
like
started going south the minute you opened your mouth.
the equator, Greg. How is this not? Like, when were we ever going north?
We're looking at penguins here.
Seriously.
I was told there would be kayaking and pie and punch. Not.
Haven't been
Yeah,
offered a
pie.
single one.
I thought there'd be Salisbury steak.
Yeah, with brown gravy and vegetable medley. So peas and carrots. Okay, so I was holding on to Tommy. I rolled my ankle. I probably let go of him. Ow, 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 ankle. Turning around, he's bashing a tentacle with Tina, who's now under us. So this whole thing has to happen where, like, I cared about getting a kid from fucking up, but now I see somebody who I really do care about is not only injured but being dragged into the briny mists. So I'm going to help Tina. Do I see that Tommy has been grabbed by the creature?
Absolutely. That's within the 3 to 4 feet that you can see in this crouched level of the fog. So you can see that Tommy is now being pulled from his wrist as Tina was from her ankle. Tina's
So
free though.
It is switched from her to him. All right.
Yeah, it's switched up.
Well, then I'm going to. Can I attempt to grab both of them? Can I grab both of them by their free hands and pull both of them?
I
you're
had like a
saying?
held action, right? 'Cause I, like-
yeah, you are above, but you said you got up, so you are above the fog line now. You can't
Okay.
see what's going on in the fog.
Okay.
I'm,
Well,
I'm screaming and yelling.
Go back to Scotty. I don't. If Scotty wasn't up, she wouldn't have gotten up.
Okay. Well, then yeah,
better.
you can be back below there with them.
Okay. I think if she sees him trying to be brave and everything, she's just gonna be like, "Ugh," and then try to hit it with her what is it, track pole. She's gonna try to do violence to assist Scotty.
Okay, go ahead and roll some violence with that lightweight trek pole that you have.
Yeah, it's got a pointy end though. You can stick him with it.
It's a pointed stick.
How about an 11, Greg?
An 11's
I'm a
real
jock.
damn good.
I'm real good at hitting things.
Yeah, we.
Why do you
found
think
it,
I've been
we
threatening
found
these
it.
campers with this track pole all week and they took me seriously? I've been like, all right, punks. You don't listen
Okay.
up and they'll listen up.
So, Amanda, as you swing down your trek pole, not only do you hit this thing just below where it's grabbed Tommy, the trek pole, which has a jagged tip on the end of it, very similar to a cross-country ski pole, you nail this thing to the ground, and all of you hear in the mist the laughter of children.
Oh.
As you jam this thing down. Tommy, you're free. Everybody is currently free, but everybody, including Nia, who can hear the laughter of children coming from everywhere,
CFO.
roll me a witness the uncanny as you are all shatting in your pants.
I hate this so much.
Oh,
Oh,
did I get
no.
I got a 9.
What did I get?
Oh!
get?
We both got a 9.
got a 12.
Oh, you got a 12.
Oh, I got a 9, thank God.
Fuck you, kids.
I got a 4.
I got a 6.
Hey, Tommy, I haven't lost a camper yet. It's not gonna happen today.
We're only doing, it says to mark 2 breaking points, but I'm only marking 1 because anything below a 6, mark a breaking point, and you roll a -1 on your next roll. Anybody that rolled a 7 to a 9, you get to choose -1 or take a breaking point. Anybody that rolled 10 or above, you get to get a +1, no breaking point losses, as you've had enough of this current shit.
Yeah, Tina's had enough of this shit.
I don't know if I want the breaking point or -1.
I'm gonna go breaking point because that has officially we were all fine until the tentacle started laughing like campers.
I'm gonna take the -1 because Amanda fought it and she's like, fuck this shit. So I'll take the -1 to the next roll. I'll probably regret
Okay.
that, but we'll go with that.
Okay, so everybody assign yourselves what you need to do. Remember, if you have a -1 to apply it on the next roll. As you all kind of spring up away from this hammered tentacle, do you leave your trek pole nailing it to the ground, or do you retrieve it?
Oh, Greg, why you gotta make me make these decisions? You already
It's
made me
sort of
make
my job.
decision. I think as much as I love that track pole, I'm gonna leave it stuck in the ground because I still got my water bottle full of whiskey and my scrunchie. So
Okay, so as you all get up, you have the ability
it might
to...
buy us some time to GTFO.
Sure, where are you GTFOing to?
Not here.
I saw Amanda, correct? I
Yeah,
didn't
you
see
did.
anyone else. I saw Amanda. Yeah, so Nia's probably just hand waving at you, even while the fucking children laughter is in our mind, just and like stage whispering.
Hey,
Amanda, come on,
what?
first aid.
First aid? Okay, fine. Fuck it, let's go to first aid, I guess. I mean, as much as that sounds awful idea, but I mean, fine. We got everybody. Let's go to first aid.
Because in Amanda and Nia's mind, they can recalculate in first aid and probably patch people up. She doesn't know.
Sure, well, yeah,
Tina's
you did
grabbing
it. So
for
yeah.
Tommy. Yeah, and Tina's grabbing for Tommy. She's not going to go anywhere without her brother.
Okay, and much like a preschool field trip, you are all hand in hand and hand in
Yep.
hand as, you know,
I taught preschool. Yeah.
it all goes through. There's
Captain
Mia Sarah, there's
America.
Matthew Broderick. It's just everybody's... Right. As you all run through there, you are able to make it to the infirmary. There is movement in the fog beneath as something attempts to grab one of you, but because it's still nailed to the ground, it fails to get far enough to grab one of you all. You all make it into the infirmary and close the door.
Nia
Jack
is locking, deadbolting,
All right,
pushing stuff against the door.
on. Here. This is messed up.
Wait, everybody. And is Jack still in here?
He is not.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, one of the campers was in
Uh-huh.
here.
Okay.
Very strange.
Yeah, no shit. Have you seen
Okay.
outside?
Yeah, he said something about the lake.
Eyeballs clicking.
This.
Okay, Tina's
Like a
got to get up on the
glaze.
table. Come here.
All right, let's all
Tina's
do
walking.
some first aid real quick.
Tina's walking.
'Cause
Coming
ow.
up. God, that's the scariest shit I've ever seen. That's like that Aeon Flux where that security camera comes out,
Oh,
turns out it's a
yeah, no,
tentacle.
I've seen Aeon Flux. That was a good
Okay,
movie. I love that movie.
I'm like lightheaded.
I love that movie. But no, I love that movie.
This is a short film on Liquid Television. All right, so I put her on the on the thing. There's just a handful of them. So I put her on the table, and
yeah.
I'm like gonna
We'll
look
get you
closely
some,
at
I'll
her
get
hand.
some hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah, Nia's gonna just
And
open
some
up the
tweezers.
first aid kit, like, and just stand beside Scotty, holding it in case he needs anything.
We have to pull it out, right? Don't we have to pull it out?
I got the tweezers and the hydrogen peroxide. That's all we really need.
You're gonna need a pair of needle nose pliers.
But if you pull it out, doesn't that mean the blood will flow? You should probably
Well,
just leave
no.
it in.
Because we got gauze for that, right? Is there There's gauze in here, right?
I mean,
we
yeah,
can
but
pack it.
well, then you're fine. She's not gonna die from blood loss from a rusty nail.
no, she's gonna get tetanus.
Well, she can get shots for that later. Right now, we just gotta get it out of her fucking hand, okay? Look, I've stepped through the middle of the volleyball court before. I was fine. I've lived. Look, it's cool. People really should clean up the beaches, by the way. But anyways-
it's a no parking sign.
It's not a nail. It's a little bit bigger.
Well,
It's
It's
about
the
it's about
same
as thick.
premise.
It's about as thick around as like if you had a yardstick. It's about yardstick size.
about 2.5 inches. Yeah, so it's like a railroad spike. Okay, that's just a bigger nail. With it, hydrogen peroxide. Honestly, I'm not a medical professional, but we don't have you seen what's
I'm gonna be-
outside? We ain't getting you to a medical professional right now. So
Speaking of that,
hydrogen peroxide and gauze it is, and I'll just.
Okay, so what
All
we're
right.
gonna do is we are going to hand wave your ability. Anybody that's hurt, one time only, you can use the infirmary's services to take away one harm. I'm assuming since everybody is beat to shit, this might be the time to raid the bandages and all of the hydrogen peroxide that you can splash.
Take
in
a
this
swig
area.
of the whiskey that I have left.
Yeah, no, there you go. I take a swig of whiskey and I rolled my ankle and got a little scuffed up. So I'm gonna put a little, that's gauze on there. Straighten it out.
I just
But-
poured some
Put
hydrogen
an ace
peroxide
bandage
on
on it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, an ace bandage.
But I want to
Okay,
like
as-
walk up to Tina and look her in the eye and make sure she's okay. Like make some eye contact with Tina. Like
She's
I'm gonna
pale,
watch
she's
Scotty and Tina's
sweating.
interaction.
eyes are dilated. She's pretty freaked the fuck out.
pat your cheek. Be like, hey, are you with us? Are you here?
The eyeballs clicking.
The eyeballs clicking.
Green eyeballs clicking.
Green eyeballs clicking. Said
I
a
brought back your REM tape. And she pulls the REM cassette out of her pocket.
It is
I
cracked
look-
and it's dangling like spaghetti. One of the reels is, and it's there. It's just, it's gonna need
I look
a
between
pencil.
Tina and Scotty.
yeah, and I shoot a look over my shoulder at Amanda,
Mhm.
and then get back to it. Like, okay, thank you for bringing that back. You didn't have to do that. I gave it to you on purpose. But the green eyes clicking. Are you talking about the thing that grabbed your ankle?
In the fog, the car died. There's a cooler in the car. It's got the Zimas and stuff in it. I didn't want to carry. The car died, and the green eyes, and they clicked, and I fell down, and I ran, and the green eyes click.
And the green eyes click. Right. Okay. Take a deep breath. I pour you a glass of water, and hand you a glass of water.
She's
I
As they're doing all that, Tommy's pulled out his joke book and he's gonna just interrupt everything. Hey, I got a real good joke.
Please tell me your good joke.
I read an article about a psychic hit by lightning. If he was any good, he would have seen it coming.
Tommy.
Nia just puts her hand on the joke book. Not right now. No. Mm-mm.
I missed you, Tommy. I didn't miss the joke book, but I missed
It was
you.
a terrible joke. I thought it was hilarious. But that was a terrible joke.
Tommy, your sister's gonna be okay. All right. Everybody's gonna be okay. We're all here together.
This is not okay. That's not okay.
It's not. We kind of need to check on the kids a little bit.
I
I
They're
think
laughing. They're fine.
kids are the reason this place is fucking haunted right now. Alright? Did you not hear those childlike maniacal giggles outside? Was
I
that
did, you
just
did.
me?
oh,
I think the kids are fucking haunted.
Yeah, how do kids get
Wait.
haunted?
You
Yeah.
look in the
Yeah.
mirror and
Yeah.
they say Bloody Mary 3 times. That's how it happens. It's just as a
I
joke.
don't
And then
think
like
this is just some
everybody does
urban.
it.
I don't think this is just some urban legend, Amanda. This is very much real.
No, I'm very serious right now. I don't know if you could tell, but I am very serious. That's probably how all these kids got haunted. That's why I never did that growing up.
Look, that one kid who refuses to shower, that explains the smell. Okay?
That's true.
I thought
But-
that was Matthew.
Jeremy.
It's
Well,
also
it's
Matthew.
Jeremy and Matthew,
Okay.
honestly.
But I don't think that the kids are responsible for that thing that grabbed Tina's ankle. Even though
Jack said something, kept talking about the lake. It's something to do with the lake.
Well then what, we've got a Loch Ness fucking monster?
It's just as believable as haunted kids.
You know, I don't know about that. Kids are real weird, alright?
Look, I think that we should. There's a radio in the library.
Maybe we can
Try to
see
radio out of here.
if we
There you
could
go.
Get some kind of help.
Okay.
I like
Alright.
that. Nia with the plan.
If we see
Radio.
Matthew just because he went down to the lake house. Did the boathouse to lock up, remember? He's probably dead. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be the glass half empty kind of person, but
Matthew can take care of himself.
Matthew's sort of like a cockroach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In many ways.
Oh.
A lot
yeah.
of ways, yeah.
Sure.
He went to basic and then was dishonorably discharged, so he's got some survival training, so
Get something.
should be all
Yeah.
right. But
He has 4 days of survival
Go
training.
up to. Sorry, Nia's gonna go up to Tina and just sort of take her hands and hers. Are you okay? Can you do this?
I don't know. I'm sorry I left.
You know what? It's not last thing on my mind right now. But are you okay?
She's gonna look from Nia to Tommy. And then back to Nia and kind of, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. And she tries to sit up and stand up.
While Nia is talking with Tina, Amanda's going over to Scotty like, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
yeah, we got to get the hell out of here. Is there anything in the room? You lost your pole. We got to find something we can
I did.
fight off another tentacle with, because if we're gonna make it all the way to the library,
Or the boathouse. I prefer the library.
It's funny you all should say that, because you would all know, as counselors of merit here at Camp Woodlake, that there are in fact weapons here in Camp Woodlake. At the archery range, this is 1994, so instead of fake targets and Nerf, they actually have broadhead arrows and full bows and crossbows here in Camp Woodlake. They also have slingshots, and they also have, because again, 1994, they have axes for hatchet throwing.
Yeah.
All at the range.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's a good thing that the med base is right next to the range in case of injury.
How about? So
Actually,
Amanda
the target
What was
range.
that, Greg?
The target range.
That's to make up for how the camp was laid out.
Yeah, you do. But here's now that we're talking about going to the target range, I'm going to tell you this: as close as the Little Red Schoolhouse is as far away as the shooting range is. If you make them equidistant, sure, I'll say that you have 200 yards to the Little Red Schoolhouse and 200 yards to the archery range. If you want 2 feet to the Little Red Schoolhouse, you got a shitload of way to walk to the archery range.
Half of us will go radio for help.
Yeah,
the other half will go get weapons.
Nia's just like doing the same, like Amanda and Scotty, weapons.
Yeah.
Me, Tommy, and Tina will go radio.
Help.
And meet in the amphitheater. Or do we want to wait?
I'm still kind of hungry, so I was really hoping you'd say mess hall, but amphitheater.
So really, you're thinking of your stomach and the time.
I consume a lot of
the carbs. It's fine.
I work out. I don't know if you knew this, but I work out. Okay.
She has to eat all the time.
None of us did, really.
Yeah, I work out like a lot. It's very crucial to my
Finish
my
this
college.
payday.
Thank you.
Peanuts are full of protein.
They are actually. I eat like a tub of peanut butter a week.
Right.
So
We're gonna go get crossbows.
Yeah.
She's eating a payday.
I am.
We're gonna go. We each have our mission. Now you cut out just a little bit. Did I hear that Nia et al. Have a shorter distance to go to get to the radio, or a longer?
Well, that's the decision that you all have to make.
I think equidistant is fair.
I'm happy with equidistant.
Yeah.
Okay. I can just see the early '94 version of the Snickers commercial. Amanda as like Estelle Getty. You have a payday. You're not yourself when you. What are you talking about? Right.
It's not 6 scrambled eggs, but it'll do. I mean, I'll take it.
We'll meet back in the mess hall. Get it done. We'll send a radio out. Try to contact someone. And you guys go get some arrows and hatchets. Maybe?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So you all get to the door. You all open the door, and there's the fog. You know that 200 yards this way is the Little Red Schoolhouse. 200 yards this way is the archery range. As you all go out, I'm going to give you this one for free without having to take stock. You see that on the sides of the cabins, on the trees throughout the camp, you see, made of fog, concentric circle symbols that seem to almost raise off of the surface that they're on, and they spin in different directions like a wind chime. So you see a circle inside a larger circle as they spin. Tina, you would recognize that the shape of these, if they were green, would be very familiar to you. But they're not. They're the grayish white of fog.
Tina nopes out of this. Tina's like, I'm staying here.
Dude, you can't stay here by yourself. That's more dangerous. There's safety
I'm not
in
go- I-
numbers. Tina, come on. Can I comfort her?
You certainly can, but you're going to roll with your relationship with her instead of anything else.
Really good? Cause
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, fine. So that's a 5.
Not
Because
convinced.
of a -1 too, so it's a 4.
Yeah, so it rings hollow. Whether it finds purchase, I'm not going to make you get harm or ask a question or anything like that. It just doesn't work. This is player to player. So, yeah, there's no comfort that's given. In fact, it's almost an affirmation for Tina that this is the correct decision to stay put. The eyes that make sounds seem to be everywhere.
And she's looking at Tommy like, don't go out there. And the
I'm not staying here. I'm not dying at
until they get back.
Woodlake.
Until they get back, I'm not going. I can't.
We have to meet them
Yeah.
at the mess hall. We can't. They're not. We can't stay.
Tina, you abandoned me once before. I'm not letting you do it again.
Tommy takes a step away when that barb comes out. He's just like, awkward.
I was alone. By myself, without my best friend, for so long. I know better than anyone here how strong you are. I'm not letting you leave me alone again.
I didn't want to go. They made me. You don't. My parents.
I'm not mad
So
at you.
don't go.
I'm not
go
mad at you,
stay
Tina,
here.
anymore, but I'm not letting you stay here. I'll drag you out there if I have to.
She's gonna look at Tommy like, I can't go. Like, are we going? Are we not going?
She's right. We have to go.
You can do this, Tina. I believe in you more than anyone else in this room. You've got this. Suck it up and let's go.
Just like I had college. All right, sure, let's go.
Okay, so our group of intrepid explorers are going to the archery range, and they're going to the Little Red Schoolhouse, which will put them roughly 400 yards apart. A sea of fog that is waist level between them. As you all go your separate ways, what I'm going to have you do is we are going to just cut to the Little Red Schoolhouse. You make it through the fog. There appears to be no problem, but just before you get to the 3 steps up into the Little Red Schoolhouse, Tommy, your foot kicks something, and it makes kind of a metallic ding, 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 ding. You cannot see what it is because of the level of fog at your waist.
It's he hears the metallic tink and he's just like, has Matthew been drinking already? he's gonna get in trouble leaving beer cans around. And looks at the girls. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, let's go
Yeah,
in.
let's go.
You all walk up, and the little red schoolhouse, the door is closed but not locked, as it is always open for the late night campers, the ones that are either writing letters home or prefer the comfort of books. And as you open it up and go inside, there's a light glow of one of the many solar powered lamps that kind of allow the children to stay in here and use the day's sun to power the night's imagination. And as you look around through this area, I would like each of you to roll me a search roll.
So my +1's not going to help with that.
No.
No.
Let's see, we've got two. I got a 9 and another 9. So that's going to give you. You accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, or you leave something behind. That is a selection of one of those things for Katie as Nia and Mal as Tommy. What would you like to do here? Both of you have the option. I will give you the information, but you must select one of those 3. You accidentally break or damage something, you attract unwanted attention, and you leave something behind.
I think Nia's going to attract unwanted attention.
Okay.
Tommy's gonna leave something behind.
As you're searching around, Tommy, and almost as if it, like the lost ark in a warehouse full of boxes, the joke book slips from your back pocket and lightly hits a pile of books to be placed back on the shelf, just expertly placed as if it always belonged there. Nia, we'll get to yours in a second. The two of you, as you're looking around, you see, as the pictures of campers past and things of that nature are everywhere, you see that almost together your eyes touch on one of the pictures closest to where the communication device is, the wireless that is used to communicate with town. And you see the same concentric circle symbol being held up by campers of the past. And it says, Camp Woodlake, 1969. And they have the sign up and they're all giving the thumbs up. And as you look closer, you see that one of the counselors is Matthew. Let's go to the archery range. As you all make it to the archery range, as you see the earthen bank in the back that is used to catch errant slingshots and errant arrow shots. You see the deep wood used for the hatchet throwing. And as you get there, you see the racks of where the bows should be, and the canisters of where the arrows should be, and the racks where they would keep the hatchets underneath the awning from the elements. All of that seems to be moved out into the actual range itself, inexplicably.
Oh, that doesn't seem normal, Scotty. By the way, did something happen between you and Tina? You're muted also. So
I told them all you got to keep the stuff in the shed and lock it up. You can't just leave it out in the middle of the field. And I told them all 3 times on Tuesday and after lunch.
Yeah, and I told them on Thursday. But but seriously, did something happen between you and Tina?
What? Well, I mean, we've hung out. We kissed. I kissed Tina.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've been,
Are you guys like a thing then? Is that why you haven't come see me in Ithaca? Even though you're at NYU?
well, all right. Look, I just want you to know that I really respect you and everything that you've accomplished. And my guidance counselor in high school, who I really admired, he told me to always be honest with people that you respect. And also, we might die, apparently.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing right now. But I figured I should
So-
bring this up so I can at least know before I die.
Yeah. I didn't get into NYU. I have spent the summer at the Dropped Anchor. We're doing murder on the all-you-can-eat catfish buffet express. I play waiter number 2. It's going okay, but I didn't get into NYU, and I'm sorry I lied to you, and I lied to everybody about it. I was really embarrassed, and I didn't get in, and I slept with Tina twice. And this is probably a bad time to tell you that I have had a crush on you all through high school. And if we die,
Yeah.
that's gonna suck
The reason I
because
actually wasn't in Europe for 5 months is because I was helping you shoot those music videos for MTV. So
yeah, which turned out really well, and I just think they're awesome. And I like I showed them to everybody. I feel really bad about it, and
Okay.
but I feel better having told you, and I hope you're not too mad. Tina and I are just friends, like really, like just good friends, and these things happen, but
These things happen?
it's just like, well, those things happened, but like as far as a long-term thing, she's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. You know, it's just not.
Yeah,
It's just not.
and where do I come in all this, Scotty?
Well, you should come see me at the Dropped Anchor. We're premiering on Friday.
I would have if you hadn't told me you were busy every single weekend since I've been in Ithaca at Cornell University. You said you were at NYU. I would have come down here, Scotty.
I can get you in free.
You know what?
To the buffet.
Let's talk about this afterwards. Let's get
They got these hush puppies. They're like known for their hush puppies. Look, I'm sorry. I really care. I really care about you, and I really respect you and admire you. And
You said cared. That's past tense, Scotty.
care.
Like, I know I had to repeat 3rd grade twice, but you were always good at English. So, like, is this something you want to tell me?
I kiss Amanda.
Okay,
then, like-
well, as let me search through
That's
the
all-
rules of this, but no, okay, this is you can elect to attempt to kiss Amanda,
All right, I attempt to kiss Amanda
and
with my crossbow. Just kidding.
you haven't gotten a crossbow yet. Are you guys walking out? Are you guys walking out into the range as you're talking, and this kiss is
No!
taking? Okay, I didn't. Are you arming yourselves? Is what I'm asking.
I think. Well,
I think we're about to, but we haven't yet because we're
Yeah.
like, right, like, these kids are really irresponsible. Speaking of irresponsible, and like then it all came up.
Let me rephrase. Are you getting yourselves closer to the weapons, or are you in a holding pattern having this very interesting conversation?
I think he needed to kiss Amanda before they got close to the weapons.
I think
I
so.
have a holding pattern.
Okay. Okay.
Scotty's a mess. And this is that part in the movie where, you know, it's tense and he goes for it. And it's not a good idea.
He's not good.
Well,
Not a
no,
good
let's the attempt to kiss is there. Amanda, is the attempt successful? We'll leave it up to you as the right of anybody trying to be kissed. They should have the say.
I think she's gonna be like for a moment and then like give in because they were a thing. They secretly dated in high school. They didn't tell anybody though because their parents wouldn't have approved. And then she's kind of just like, Just don't fuck her again, okay? Let's get these fucking crossbows, all right?
Okay. Crossbows.
You need practice, by the way. I'm just saying.
I think I'm having a panic attack.
Okay.
My left arm is kind of numb, but
I think that's a heart attack.
I really like you. So
Okay.
let's get the crossbows and not die.
Okay,
And-
let's not die. All right,
Okay.
if we don't die, we're gonna bang after this. All right. I've been saving it, Scotty.
That's very cool to hear that. So let's not die
Okay.
and do that at my parents' lake house as soon as possible.
All right.
So, okay.
All right.
Crossbows.
Yep. Bows,
Okay.
crossbows, axes.
Everything is out in the middle of the firing range.
All right. Can I take your hand and we go there
Yes. Yes. She will
together so that monsters don't grab us?
Uh huh.
All right. I like the one with the scratches on it. It's got the best.
I want the longbow.
All right, you get
It's
the longbow.
faster
I
to
want
load than
that.
the crossbow.
This
and a
is the
better
good
aiming
crossbow.
weapon.
The rest of them all shoot to the left. So
They do shoot to the left. Well, I mean, partially that's the arrow's fault because you see that the knocks are all crooked. But anyways,
As this question and this answer period back and forth between all this is going on, as this is sports related with the archery, blah, 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 as you're talking in the middle of this, I would like you each to roll a push through for me, please.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I'm
something
not.
to
I'm
fight your
one
ass.
too. Where's my push through? There it is.
oh my gosh.
Oh!
I didn't.
Oh my gosh!
We didn't shit the bed.
I get an 11 because of a -1.
I got a 9, which means that I take damage.
It's because we talked it out first.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is why communication is so important in relationship.
As you're talking, with a 9, I need you to pick one of the following,
Uh-huh.
Scotty. You injure yourself, you accidentally hurt someone else, the respective people taking a harm, you open yourself up to more danger, or you risk both of your safety.
I open myself up to more danger. I mean, okay, well, this is Greg. What? I gotta decide this now. I've been a fucking pressure cooker. Okay, so I think he cuts himself with the thing. He's dealing with it, and he busts his hand on a crossbow bolt loading the crossbow.
Well, okay, so you're taking a harm?
I'll take a harm.
Okay, Amanda, as you're sitting there talking and you're like, well, they shoot to the left and the one shoots to the right, you see a crossbow bolt appear in Scotty's shoulder. And you hear from the front of the firing range, hey, now what all are you doing down there? Like ducks.
Matthew,
cut.
I swear to fucking God, if I see you and me in the locker room, I'm gonna kick your ass so far
Let-
you won't even know what day Sunday is.
Let's cut back to the Little Red Schoolhouse as we have the group staring at one of the portraits from 1969, and there is Matthew as a camp counselor. Same haircut, same mustache.
Guys, psst, come, do you see this? That's Maddie. I'm not crazy, right? Like, I know we could
No,
there could be like LSD in the water for all I know, but I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy. That's him.
The clicking eyes.
Okay, I'm going to try to get up with the police or my dad or something. And Nia's gonna go to the radio.
Okay. It's one of those old radios that has the headset on because it doesn't obviously have type like speakers of its own. You have to put the headset on. It's very MASH like your Radar O'Reilly or later Klinger, as you have to kind of fire up the. But it does. It comes to life. It doesn't seem to be not powered or it kicks on. As you are tuning in to the frequencies, which are all written down, emergency services, in town hall, blah, 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 any place that you can reach, ranger station, things like that. Is there any particular place that you try to go, like something in town or?
Would she know what's closer? Because they're out in the woods. Would she know what's closer, the ranger station or the emergency services?
The ranger station's much closer.
Okay, so she's going to, above all else, first try to contact the ranger station.
Okay. As that's going on, what are Tina and Tommy, the Pettigrew siblings, doing?
Well, as Nia walks to the radio and starts trying to reach the ranger station, Tommy kind of awkwardly walks over near her and sets a cupcake down on top of the radio as she's fiddling with it. And he's just like, it's a little smushed, but it's your birthday tonight, isn't it?
Fuck, it is. Thank you, Tommy. I didn't even remember.
I always remember.
Yeah, you do. Thank you. When we get through this, we can split it, okay?
Sure. I should go check on my sister.
Yeah, you probably should. She's just gonna reach down and like squeeze Tommy's hand and then get back to trying to call the ranger station.
Okay. You start to kind of hear that crackle of the tonality that indicates that you've reached the correct signal. So as you're kind of tuning it in, as soon as you get one long constant tone, you'll know that they'll be alerted on the other end that there's a call. So you're almost there. Tina, what are you doing?
I think, given everything that's happened, she sees what's going on between her brother and Nia, and kind of sighs and makes sense, I guess. And she's going to go back to the door that they came in and try to lock it and see if it'll lock. And then I think she's going to sit back down with her back against it.
Okay, you can do that. The Little Red Schoolhouse does not lock from the inside. It's always open for the students as a kind of like a refuge for the kids that prefer to read, the kids that come in and break out the Narnia and the Choose Your Own Adventures and, prefer the company of books and imagination to perhaps the beauty of nature around them. But it's all promoted here at Camp Woodlake. And whenever they lock it for the season, it's done on the outside with a big padlock. So you can put your back up against it, but it is not secured.
Okay, then she saw this thing where you take a chair and you can wedge it up under a door handle.
Uh-huh.
So she's going to try dragging one of the chairs over and try to get that wedged up underneath the door handle. And then she's going to go back, and I think she's just going to stare at that photograph of Matthew and the kids from that long ago somewhere. And I think part of her is even trying to see if she recognizes any of the faces of the kids, like parents. Were these parents Nia's parents, Scotty's parents, Amanda's parents, her own parents? So she's kind of studying this photograph. The symbols really got her. It's like she can't not look at it now.
Right. It's drawing her in, and I'm not going to make you roll a take stock in this one, but I am going to make you roll a witness the uncanny when you're looking and you realize that one of the campers is Jack. Okay, with a 5, you need to take another breaking point. What's that take you to?
That puts me at 3.
That means that you have now a -1 on your senses and your mind rolls that I ask you to do. That's like take stock, search, persuade, or threaten. As your mind begins to fray, and as you lock eyes with Jack, the boy that Nia had an interaction with back in the infirmary, Jack is looking at you, and in the photograph, his eyes blink, and when they open, they are green.
I think at that point she she stumbles back away from the picture, her eyes still on it, and she just takes a few stumbling steps, and just her knees give out. Just that's she hasn't passed out, but the knees just her legs just give out from underneath her, and she just falls to the floor. Uh, she smacks her hand on the corner of a table, doesn't even notice the the bandage is bleeding where they pulled the piece of metal out. She's just locked on eyes with Jack.
Right. And luckily, we have the writer in chat who reminded me that it is heart and mind. So it is read a person, comfort, persuade, or threaten are the ones that you'll have now permanent negative ones on, unless we can do something about that. But so as you're staring at this, Tommy, as you are had just set down the cupcake, as you kind of move off, the radio comes to life. And you hear a female voice, Katie. Yeah, can I help you? Is this the camp? And there's a weird tonality to it. As the voice speaks to you, it almost kind of echoes. It reverberates in your head oddly.
Yeah, this is Nia Darling. I'm one of the counselors at Camp Woodlake. We need help. I don't really even know what kind. Something's happening here.
Who's this? Are you joking?
No. This is serious. My dad owns a hardware store, so you can trust me. I'm not joking.
Are you trying to freak me out? It's not going to work. What do you need? Who is this?
We need help. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
I can hear you.
Then we need help. I've already said it.
Well, then tell me who you are, and don't tell me you're me. And that's when you realize the voice on the other end sounds weird because it's your own.
Yeah, she just drops or scoots away from like the microphone. Tommy, come here, please.
Yeah, what's up?
She's going to take the headphones off and just hand them over to Tommy. What do you hear? Just try to talk to the ranger.
Tommy, as soon as you put the headphones on and you say hello, you hear a voice that creates a weird tonality in your own head, and it says, "You want to hear a joke, Tommy?"
Throw it.
What did you hear?
Pretty sure it was Matthew. He said, "You want to hear a joke, Tommy?"
Okay, this isn't working. Maybe we should, is there like a way to send out like just a constant SOS signal?
Yes, all of these come with what is essentially a ping that will just repeat a Morse code SOS, yeah.
She's going to do that. And then look at Tommy and Tina. We should get to the mess hall and wait. I don't, something's wrong here.
She's just sitting on the floor, staring at the photograph.
Nia's gonna go over to Tina and kneel down beside her and look at it. And she's already seen Matthew. Does she also see Jack now?
When you look at it, you do in fact see Jack, and I'd like you to roll a Witness the Uncanny for your discovery.
God. So I was already at 3. So now I'm at 4.
Okay. Katie, Nia is at a -2 for heart and mind rolls from this point forward.
Yeah.
As we mentioned in the green room before, you are one away from the technical term of batshit crazy. So that's not the end of your character. It's just the end of your character's ability to do certain things.
Oh, I have a +2 to a roll from Summer.
You do. I don't
I
think
add it can I add it to that and just take the the minus on my next roll?
Yes, you can absolutely do that. Yeah, so you can burn that and save yourself from.
It's getting really close to breaking, guys.
Yeah, so you're at -3, so you're still -1 on heart and mind rolls, but you are -1 on your next roll that you have. It's been saved. So as you're all kind of coming to the realizations that all of these things are either talking to you or, you know, witnessing these things in the pictures from the campers past, you get to the door and you see that the mess hall is in the distance there, kind of equidistant between here and the archery range is where we're going right now. As we go back to the archery range, as Matthew is sitting there and you all are out in the field, and he produces another crossbow.
Yeah, but like, there's a bunch where we're at right now. Can I fucking shoot him in the fucking face?
You roll okay, I'm going to tell you what happens here. You can, of course, return fire with use violence.
Yeah.
You can elect to hide. You can elect to run away. You can do whatever you'd like. But those are
I tell Scotty to start moving, and I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker in the face because nobody is sticking Scotty before he sticks me.
I get this thing sticking on my shoulder. It's like, oh, you fucking junkie scumbag! They should have never let you back in here. I told them not to. And like, and by the way, what does a harm of 3 do? Doesn't something happen to me at 3?
Oh.
At 3 harm, yes, you are. That's when you're -1 to your senses and to your body. So you are in quite a bit of pain here as you hit you hit 3 harm. Yes, everybody, please hit right now in chat. There's the link. Go get your free copy of this game. This is an abbreviated version of what you can do. There is a ton of fantastic things that are kind of story drops and things in here that you can grab hold of. I love this game. I'm going to be playing it all summer. This is the summer of Woodlake as far as I'm concerned. I get to play next though, because I want to be terrified. So anyway,
can I shoot this motherfucker in the face?
You absolutely can. You roll use violence, and Scotty, as you are yelling at the junkie motherfucker.
7. That's a success.
It's a success, but you get to have to pick from one of these things.
Oh, I definitely take things too far.
Okay, well, that's not a good thing.
Scotty. I know it's not, but he shot Scotty, and I'm pissed. So
Scotty, what are you doing?
That's what's gonna happen. I know it's not a good thing, Greg. I've played Bluebeard's Bride.
Okay, so Scotty, what do you want to do, my friend?
That's an easy decision there.
Can I even, like, you know, I'm screaming and yelling, I'm freaking out. She's taking aim to shoot him. How far away is he?
It doesn't matter. I shoot him in the face.
Yeah, he's like 20 yards away, you know.
Well, that's easy with a bow. That's not hard.
Yeah, I shoot him too. Why not? I shoot him too. Piece of shit. Just shot me with a crossbow in the dark. What's that?
Roll me a use violence.
Use violence.
Yep.
I like that one.
8!
That's a good skill to have.
So with an 8, you are partially successful. You both you're gonna hit, but you take things too far. You end up in a bad spot. You lose the trust of one of your friends. So which of those do you want to pick?
Well, I mean, it hadn't happened yet. Is that I mean, we both shot him.
We did. We did shoot him.
Yeah. So what do you want? Amanda. Amanda. I want the truth. You take things too far, is what Amanda
Yes,
picked.
they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Do you want answers, right? Okay, so Travis, what do you want? You take things too far, you end up in a bad spot. Yeah, it's you.
I thought her. Oh,
she gets it too. You both get it.
Oh, we both get it. So what am I? I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun. I put somebody in a bad spot, or I
Take two
ruin
things too far. You
Tip-
end up in a bad spot. You lose the trust of one of your friends, or you injure yourself, or you accidentally harm someone else.
I think I injure.
No! Don't injure yourself. Don't injure yourself.
I think. Can I lose the trust of somebody? Is that even an option?
You did
Who
just
would that
tattle
be?
all about Tina.
I mean, like, so that's happening. Like, Tina is gonna be like not happy when that.
Well, yeah, but Tina didn't witness that right now.
She's
so
not
Tina's
here.
gonna-
She
right.
gonna find out when I get back.
I think I accidentally hurt Amanda.
Okay, that's fine.
You can take it.
I can actually. I'm at 5 of 5. So.
Yeah.
I'm
I like
physical.
Okay, I'll let you. I'll let you take it. And this is how this is going to play. The injury that we're going to give to Amanda also plays into her. You take it too far, and as you are going forward and you are yelling at him, Matthew, you motherfuckers! You're kind of going towards him. Both bolts strike Matthew about center mass as they in his chest, and he looks down, pulls one of them out, and loads his crossbow with it,
Oh.
and aims it directly at Amanda and
Yeah,
fires.
you son of a bitch! You heard what I said. You don't shoot Scotty. On my watch.
I'm not shooting Scotty this time. I need you
What?
to roll a push through, and Scotty, whatever you want to do, you've got a chance to do whatever you want at this point.
How about an 8, Greg? I push through.
You have to pick one of those
I
options.
do, but I don't fucking fail miserably like we have for the majority. Do I injure
Man.
myself?
God, he's gonna die.
How's Scotty doing right now, physically?
I'm at 3.
Ha! 3 out of 5 harm?
Yes.
Well, then I'm not gonna.
But I'm ready to jump in front of. I'm ready to either push you out of the way.
No,
Or
I'm
jump
at
in front.
4 out of 5. I'm gonna injure myself. That's fine. I antagonize this mofo.
Okay, you take this shot directly in the clavicle, and you feel your left collarbone break beneath the skin as this
Good thing my
bolt.
parents are paying for college to Cornell University, and I wasn't on that scholarship at NYU. Let me tell you right now.
You spin and go beneath the surface as you take a knee, and the fog kind of lifts up to about your chin level.
Scotty, we gotta get out of here. Grab some axes. Let's go.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna take her arm and run.
Okay, are you grabbing axes or are you just taking off?
Can I?
Well, I
I've
have
got
my
crossbow.
bow and a quiver.
I'm carrying my crossbow. We're the muscle. We run.
Okay.
Okay. Levi just gave you a +2 to your whatever roll you choose, Travis, for Scotty. So you have a +2 on, I would guess, an important roll. So
Thank you, Levi.
pocket that one. Thank you, Levi. That's Captain 666 there. Everybody check out that clip. Greatest thing that ever happened on Roll20.
It was insane.
Conversed with the devil, immediately rolled a 666.
a little scary. I freaked out a bit, not gonna lie.
Anywho, as you all start to run, Matthew's going to get one more shot. I need you both to roll a push through, please.
Okay.
As
You get a +2, Scotty, so that's an 8. I got a 4th.
God. Is it +2 on the next one, or I get to choose it?
you get to choose it, yeah.
Is the 6 the same as an 8 in the threshold of the?
No, 6 is a
No.
failure. 8 will be in the partially successful range.
All right, I'm gonna take 8. I'll take my +2.
Take
I'll
the
take-
8.
Okay, so Amanda, you must pick 2 of the options that you have there. You injure yourself, mark 1 harm. You
Okay, yeah.
accidentally injure
My
someone else.
shock ability only when I fail violence. So, fuck. All right. I think it's gonna be at this point risk the group's safety and open myself to more harm, more danger.
Okay, so the risk to the group is as you take the shot and get hit again, another bolt striking like just above where your kidney would be. It might be in your kidney as you
At
pull
least I
down.
got 2 of those. It's not the liver. I need my liver.
As you pull down, your hand just grabs the back of Scotty's his hip sack. Shit, the goddamn fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
Grabs his fanny pack and pulls him down, which on the already wounded ankle that he had earlier, it feels like definitely some Achilles damage as he gets ripped back for another whatever happens to. What do you pick, Travis? As you have one to pick here as you have one of these things happen. Take harm, give harm.
I'm gonna take harm. Am I unconscious at a 2?
No, you have 4 damage now, right?
Well, theoretically, I'm at 3. I'm at 3 right now. Did I just lose 1?
If you want to, if you
Take
can,
harm, you lose 1.
if you take
If I
harm,
choose
you'll
it.
lose. If you choose that
Yeah.
one, yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. It's okay if he's
Okay.
in bad shape.
Yeah, you are beat to shit. The 2 of you are looking.
We're looking
Well,
real
I mean,
bad.
you're looking next to death, but you are able to make it out, and you kind of cut up through the fog itself as you hear Matthew laughing. As you hear this twang and this crank as he's loading up again. But in front of you, you do see the mess hall, and you see your friends coming from the opposite direction towards the mess hall.
I'm so tempted to be bad, Greg, but I'm gonna behave on this stream.
Okay.
This is good though. This is that part of the movie where they just look absolutely like hell, just bloody and shredded. My camp shirt's torn. Everything it's bad. It's a mess.
I think Nia and Tommy are probably on either side of Tina, like helping her get there, and Nia's just whispering the whole time to Tina, you got this, let's go. We're gonna make it. This will be fine.
So as the 2 groups are converging on the mess hall area, as you're all running, floating up from the fog, you see the green eyes as they are now taking the place of those concentric circles, and you can hear them as they blink. Click, 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 all over, hundreds of them, watching, freezing, taking pictures of this moment. I want everyone as you roll to roll me another Witness the Unseen as you are running through everybody
Oh.
as you are running through a sea of these green eyes that are following you.
Oh, holy shit! I got a 12.
Does that -1, does that affect Witness the Uncanny? Does that fall under senses and art?
Just go ahead and roll it straight. Go
Okay.
ahead and roll it straight.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still like a minus. Yeah, I'm still good.
Oh God, I got a 3.
I
Wait.
got a 12. I can't believe it.
Oh,
Yeah, you
God.
got a 3.
I got a
Oh.
10.
Okay, Mal, Tommy is okay. You get a +1 on your next roll. Amanda is okay, gets a +1 on her next roll.
Okay.
Travis,
I'll
you
take
are
it.
not okay. You were going to get a -1 on your next roll, and you get a -1 on your breaking points. So I don't know where you are on your breaking points. I know you're at 4 with harm, but you're breaking. Okay, so you're at 3 with your breaking points. Mind and body shattering as Scotty is basically being guided to where he needs to be. Tina, you roll an 8, which means you can either take a -1 or another breaking point.
I think because it's the eyes, she's taking a breaking point. This is the eyes. It started with the eyes, and it's just building from there, and it's going to, yeah, no. So that puts her at 4 breaking.
Puts her at 4. And then our final one is Nia. Nia, you can take a -1 or a breaking point.
I don't even think it's the eyes that bother her. It's seeing how Tina reacts that freaks her out so much. So she's also going to do a -1 to breaking point, and she's at 4 out of 5 now.
Okay, so as the 2 of you are moving, Tommy, you are able to see this, and while it's incredibly disturbing, it doesn't It doesn't hurt you as much as it does your sister and the person you care for, Nia. But as you look at them, you see them looking at the eyes, and you see your sister and Nia's eyes begin to turn green. And when they blink, you can hear it. Click, 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 as they're blinking. And their eyes, you can see the glow reach their cheeks, and you can see the glow of the orbs as if the entire ball of the eye is some type of, it's like it's glow in the dark. And you can see it kind of press through the soft and thin flesh around the eyes, much like when you put a flashlight on your hand, it can see the red glow as it pierces through. Their eyes are turning, and they are turning. But you all rush up to the mess hall and are able to enter inside. And for whatever reason, as you all witness these eyes snapping, the sun begins to rise, hours before it should.
my God.
Nia's going to drop Tina immediately if they're inside, and she's going to go try to bolt the door. Probably shaking, not even really sure what she's doing, but trying to bolt the door from the top and the bottom.
Yeah, you're able to kind of push up the fly catch and step down on the one, like the storm catches, and you're able to get them in place and fix. They're kind of Western swing doors, but you're able to lock the one that allows, has the lip that kind of catches the other. And as you're all sitting in there, you are all now made aware of the wounds, both mental and apparent physically, that all of you are suffering from. Scotty is in a terrible way as he is lying there, blood pouring from all of these wounds. You get to place him up onto one of the tables to kind of get him off his feet. Tina and Nia are staring, and everywhere they look, it's almost like twin green flashlights are illuminating the corners of the mess hall or wherever their gaze happens to touch. One of you are illuminated in this kind of green light as they look at you. Do any of you do anything at this time?
I'm getting Scotty. And I'm shooting Jeff Owen. I'm gonna get into someplace and I'm gonna shut the goddamn door.
You guys are inside the mess hall and the door's
We're
closed
inside
now.
the mess hall. Okay, thank God. I'm gonna really make sure it's locked.
Yeah. Nia made sure that it was locked, so at least the front doors are locked. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I missed that we were in the mess hall somehow. I was too freaking out. I'm just gonna.
It's Matthew, that son of a bitch.
He's a dirty son of a bitch.
He was in a camp yearbook from '69.
Jack, too.
Good year, but no.
Somebody bring me the goddamn whipped cream.
I will give you so much whipped cream, Scotty. I just hold on.
Can Nia and Tina tell that they're like illuminating the screen? Like, is that something they're
Yeah, I notice that they're like
everybody notices that this is going on, but for Tina and Nia, your minds are just accepting it.
I'm gonna take Scotty into the kitchen to get him some whipped cream.
Tina's head turns and looks at Amanda and goes, "He likes the whipped cream," and then just.
I bet he does. I bet he does, Tina. Oh, and I grab Scotty.
As that sounds, he likes the whipped cream. Nia, as you are closest to the door, and you look at the locks that you set at the top and the bottom, you see the top one creep down, click, and the bottom one go up. Click.
Lock it again.
The door opens out,
She's
and
backing
Matthew's standing there. Hey, counselors.
Swear to God, Matthew, if I die a virgin, I will haunt your ass for the rest of my life.
Well, that's your fault now, ain't it? But, sun's coming up, everyone. You made it. You big winners. And the first of the campers walks in. Is it time to eat? What's wrong with Scotty? Everybody step out for a second. Scotty got attacked by a bear, but he killed it with his own bare hands. Tell everybody, Scotty killed a bear.
Tina's standing in front of Tommy. I think that's the one thing that's still stuck in her head is her brother. The one thing that's kind of keeping her halfway, even partly connected to reality, is her brother. And so when she sees Matthew stepping in, she steps in front of Tommy and puts herself between Matthew and Tommy.
So Mia is just gonna look at Matthew. It's not time for sunrise.
Oh, sure it is. We
I'm
got
down for
everything we
sunrise.
need.
I don't know what you're doing, Matthew, but I'm not dying at this camp. And
No, you're
so,
not.
you know, hey Greg, can I try to stab him with my multi-tool?
Yeah, absolutely. Go right ahead. Roll use violence. At that moment, he gives you a perfect opening as he turns back and he says, Hey, somebody go clean that shit out of the putting green.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. You take
Where
things.
was a negative?
You take things too far, or you end up in a bad spot. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna take things too far.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you know, kind of step into him and jam your multi-tool like up into his rib cage, and he looks down. The hell? And he puts his arm around you, much like he did to Tommy, and squeezes your right shoulder as he turns you around to face the others. So, everyone. So, Nia. I appreciate your service this fine summer. I appreciate your donations to the cause. I appreciate those little bits of yourself that you left behind here to get us through these cold days of winter. And, of course, none of you will be asked back next year. But camp will go on, so your service is appreciated. Put me down as a reference if you ever need me.
Do I have the strength to lift my crossbow?
Tina's actually gonna say, I'll stay. Let Tommy go.
You're all gonna be able to go, Tina. We got what we wanted.
I don't believe you.
All those little bits of yourself. Whenever you saw something that scared you, and that little bit of you left, we picked it up. Every time you felt your mind going somewhere, we knew where it went. It went to us. You see, we like to do this about once every 25 years or so. For us, it's like a weekend, but it doesn't take too long. But we did the last thing back in '69. All these kids, they'll be dead within about 10 years. Don't worry about it, though. Most of them will be. Yeah, we got what we needed from them. And we got enough of what we needed from you. You all be fine. You'll live long, healthy lives. So I'll tell you what I told that weird-ass group back in '69, the two of them that made it. If you feel like you want to take another crack at old Matthew, I'll be around in about another 25 years. Make it, 2019 or some shit? So, probably have flying cars or some shit by then, but you all roll in then if you want to take a crack at old Matthew. But until then, I'm holding on to what you left. All those little bits of your mind and soul. Beautiful and tasty. That'll take us through the next 25 years. Who knows? Maybe you'll shock me. Maybe I'll see you in 2019. And that is where we're going to end this session of Summer in Woodlake. But as is part of this episode, when we're going around and doing the outros, much like the end of Animal House, I want you all to tell me what happened to your characters in a synopsis. So, basically, we went on to become the senator of Nebraska, or whatever it is, that they have. they happen to have become with become with themselves. So go around and tell me what happened, and then I will ask you one final question once I hear what's happened to all of your characters over the course of the next. Give me like the next 5 years. Where do you see? Much like an application for college, where do you see yourself in 5 years, Scotty? Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Amanda? And we will start with Scotty. Scotty, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I think Scotty and Amanda do whatever they do, and then he breaks Tina's heart and moves to LA, gets a nice little drug habit going, late 20s, early 30s, around year 4 or 5. Sorry, we're doing 5 years. Okay, so a little bit of a light drug habit, living in the valley, broke, doing the struggling actor bit, and has terrible nightmares and tons of guilt, and can't wait to go back to camp in 2019 and kill that fuck.
Very good. Amanda, what's the next 5 look like for you?
So she and Scotty obviously go that very the next day to his parents' cabin on the other side of the lake, because she's been saving it, damn it. And then I think because her parents have money, that's why she's going to fucking Cornell University in Ithaca. She gets her degree and then moves out to LA to support Scotty because she's all muscle, no brain, and the heart wants what the heart wants. She doesn't want to go back to camp in 2019, but if that's what Scotty wants to, she's like, I guess I'll practice my archery. Like, fine.
Oh, this is great. As codependent as we can make it. This is like Joey by Concrete Blonde. This is like they love each other, but she's so fucked up. But they
Sid
love each
Nancy.
other.
It's Sid Nancy.
Go to Fatburger at 3 a.m. and just think about what might have happened.
She's got like some kind of engineering degree, and she's like, yeah, I work in Silicon Valley. It's fine. Scotty's fine.
All right, that's fantastic. That's where worse people than Matthew hang out anyway. Let's go to Kat. What happens to Tina in the next 5?
Tina obviously doesn't go back to school. She was actually the dropout. She dropped out. Her brother knew, but she hadn't really had a chance to tell him why, because she didn't really drop out. She failed out. And so she stays and tries to get Nia to go back to opening up that business again with her. She spends a lot of time in and out of rehab, a lot of alcohol, drugs, just chemical dependency, trying to forget. She's not stable, a lot of bad relationships, a lot of abusive stuff. And has anybody seen the movie Polly with Simon Pegg? Remember the lady that was the little girl when she saw Polly? Blythe Danner played her. That's Tina. That's where Tina ends up. They sent me to therapy a lot. She and she tries really, really hard. I think she picks up on the whole Tommy Nia thing. So she tries really, really hard to stay out of the way of that, to let that happen. To not push it, but to let it happen, because she doesn't want to mess that up for the two people that were there for her.
Fantastic. And let's go over to one of them. Katie, what happens to Nia in the next 5?
I think she stays for about a year to try and go through that dream that her and Tina had to open up their own business and, make a life for themselves there. But she feels like she's too haunted in this where they live. So I think she packs up her things, takes her takes a loan from her dad from all the work that she's done in his store, and she just probably goes to like New York, sort of squats in random places here and there. And every year on her birthday, she waits for Tommy to call her to tell her happy birthday.
Tommy, do you call?
Yeah, every year.
Do you ever show up in New York?
Yeah.
So, beyond the incredibly romantic gesture of showing up in New York, what happens to Tommy in the next 5? He is younger than everyone else. So, this is not really that big a change for him as it is for the others, kind of relatively speaking, as far as what he can do. So, in that 5, what do you see Tommy doing?
Well, he goes to college after high school, and he doesn't get back into jokes. He left that behind, but everything that happened makes him, he turns to writing to deal with it. He writes out the nightmares and the bad dreams, and he hopes someday to write a book.
Fantastic. So documenting everything from his perspective and his recollections. Fantastic. So with a yes or no, I'm going to come back to you, Mal. Does Tommy go back to Woodlake in 2019?
Fuck yeah.
Katie, does Nia go back to Woodlake in 2019?
No.
Kat, does Tina go back to Woodlake in 2019?
Yes.
Lindy, does Amanda go back to Woodlake in 2019?
Only if Scotty does.
Travis, does Scotty go back to Woodlake in 2019?
Scotty goes back to Woodlake in 2019 like Ash in Army of Darkness, locked and loaded. I want a bandolier of shotgun shells. I want a knife in my boot. I want a denim jacket with the torn off sleeves. I want the whole bit, Rambo style. Yeah, Scotty thinks about it all the time and has nightmares about it and has to deal with it.
He's got his
Okay.
boomstick.
Yeah.
So
Damn right.
the rest of you gather right around the same area that the Volvo broke down 25 years prior, as it's the second to last night before the end of the summer of 2019's camp. But Katie, 3 days prior to the meeting of these 4 outside the camp in New York City, a handsome man, young, with a ponytail, walks up, and he seems to have several tattoos or iconography in concentric circles that go up and down his neck. And he walks up to you, looks at you, blinks his eyes, and they are rimmed with green, and he says, "You gotta go back, Mom." And that's where we'll end the story of Summer in Woodlake. Let's go around and talk to everybody, and real quick, just tell us where you are, who you are, and where we can find you. And everybody, links in chat for this fantastic cast. As we'll go back to Travis. Travis, Scotty, how are you? And where can we find you, my friend?
Man, I'm gonna do this fast. I'm at Travis Bowles. I'm the producer for WebDM Show. I'm really glad to be here and feel very lucky to have been a part of this. I've been wanting to play on Grimjack's channel for about as long as I've been checking out TTRPG Twitter. I think this was fantastic. This game is the shit. It's really intense. It's an awesome pressure cooker with some real high wire rule stuff going on. Our session 0 was amazing, and then we just went through a total like grinder. And anyway, Kat and Mal are regulars in the jury chat, and I'm so glad to be playing with them. They're superstars. And Katie Faze, is awesome, and I'm so glad to be playing with her. I've been following her for a long time, and the whole summer crew. You guys are awesome, and of course, Laugh Lindy, who is a juggernaut. And Greg, you killed it, brother. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, my man. Anytime.
Thank you for being here, buddy. As we go over to my other buddy, Lindy, how are you, and where can we find you online?
I'm good. I didn't die. I was actually really surprised with how well Amanda fared for being a jock. Actually, she only had 2 breaking points. So I was like, man, he's going to come after my brain. But no, I'm actually pretty okay. But Amanda is her own worst enemy. She makes poor life decisions, especially in relationships. So that's fun. But yeah, you can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I play and GM a lot of tabletop RPGs. Me, Travis, and Greg will be on not this Saturday, but next Saturday on my channel playing Teenagers from Outer Space. So if you want to see actual fun times at summer camp, it's our summer camp episode next week, and you should come see it.
That's right.
It's we're not gonna all die and be like, we're gonna actually have fun and stuff. So come check that out. Thanks. Bye.
Actually have fun. How dare you? Okay. As we go over to my other buddy, Kat, how are you? And how did you like being in the shattered mind of Tina for the past couple hours?
Twice playing TTRPGs have I gotten actual chills. Once was with Dawn in Bluebeard's Bride. Tonight was the other time. Thank you, Greg, because it just popped out, and I was just like, okay, I'm in. Mal, always. Travis, ever since seeing you in that, I have been wanting to play with you. Thank you so much. Lindy, always a pleasure. Katie, as ever, always. This guy, go follow all of these people. If you haven't, go do it. They're amazing storytellers. My name is Kat. I'm at Clerk of Court on the Twitters. I have a pinned tweet. I play a lot of games all over the place. Check out the pinned tweet. It'll tell you where to find me. And thank you for coming to watch. And Petra, this game is amazing. I want to do this again. And if I had one thing to say, a session 0 is where to start with this, whether you do it on stream or off, but a session 0 is where to start, then get into the story, because the relationships are just...
Absolutely. And you all came up with fantastic ones. We'll be running the session 0. I didn't want to run it until after the show. So I'm going to package them up on YouTube so you can see the session 0 for creation and then see the actual story session to see where the players are going to take it. So I wanted to put that up because there were some spoilers in there if you knew what people were shooting for. So I didn't want to give those out. But fantastic job, Kat. As we jump over to my other buddy, Katie, I love playing with you every single goddamn chance I get, and you never disappoint. And so I will let everybody know too that not moments, but just a short while before we went live,
Katie really thought I was going to escape that.
Katie was like, during that year, she had a baby, and I was like, all right.
I really thought, oh yeah, he's not going to have any time to shoehorn that in. Prove me wrong there, buddy.
Fantastic, my friend. Where can we find you?
Yeah, this was great. I had so much fun. Oh my goodness, I loved this so much. I'm like Kat, this is one of I handled a lot of games well. This one gave me chills at a couple of parts, and it was so good. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch, everywhere on the internet at KatieFace. I do a lot of games online on my channel and different channels. Actually, starting next Saturday, the 8th, I will be running Summer in Woodlake on my own channel for this Summer of Spooks thing we're putting on. We're going to be showcasing a lot of different games, different systems. There's going to be like Final Girl, which is, about being the final girl in a horror movie. There's going to be a game of Dread, a horror set of Fiasco. The sign up is pinned on my Twitter if you want to go and, sign up for one, sign up for all of them. We don't care. We want you involved. But yeah, and Petra's going to be playing. She's going to be one of my players, so she'll be right there to guide me. I'm so excited. But yeah, this was great. I had such a good time with all of you.
Fantastic, my friend. Like I said, thanks for the baby drop right before. I started giggling, and my wife was like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Oh, I got something good." I was like,
Greg actually sent me a gif of knives sharpening, and I was like, "Oh no, oh no."
which is the perfect segue to one of my brand new buddies over the past couple months. Mal, how did you like your time with the jokester Tommy here in beautiful Camp Woodlake?
The horror started so fast I didn't get to really throw any good jokes out there. But it was fun. I had a blast. I've wanted to do stuff with Travis and Lindy and Katie for a while now. I kind of jumped in deep watching multiple channels and a lot of people I'd love to play with. And as soon as I said, "Hey, let's play this game," and you're like, "Hey, come play this game with me," I was like, "Yes, I will." My computer died twice in the previous weeks leading up to this, and I made it work. I was not going to miss this.
Yep. Just so everybody knows, 100% of why we played this is Mal. And the other fun fact is the Volvo wasn't the first thing that died for this thing. It was Mal's computer. Mal's computer died, then the Volvo died. Go ahead.
But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Malhadale. The only game I play in consistently is every Tuesday night I play on Straticus Academy on Twilight Sands. Alice's amazing Call of Cthulhu. We're in Egypt dealing with crazy. My character is so insane already. I have less than 35 sanity, and we're only on episode 8.
Yeah, well, roll up that new character, bud. Awesome. Thank you so much, Mal, for pointing out this fantastic product, which I will put one last time in chat, everybody, and it'll be at the bottom if you're watching on YouTube. Please follow the link. As stated, this is free. Run out and grab this. It's free right now. And as soon as the testing is completed, right around July, it will not be. So make sure you get a hold of this. What a great thing to play, especially this time of year or at any time. It's when you read the hooks, there's a whole page of hooks in there. And I didn't want to spoil any of them. So we did some of our own hooks here, but they are so good. I mean, you literally have 12 sessions that you could just run through with the hooks alone. So make sure you jump on there, and make sure, of course, that you follow the writer of said, follow Petra there, please. And I thought I saw something about a sequel coming through there, but I was so happy about my baby drop that was coming up that I'm not sure that I gave it the full credit that it was due. I can't wait. Thank you to all these great people for hanging out and having fun. Chat, thank you for being awesome. As always, Legion, you are the best. We will be back on Sunday with Sky Chasers at 4 p.m. Eastern. That is our 1950s X-Files, Twin Peaks-esque investigative thriller, GM'd by Charlie. And then we will be back on Monday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern for our Bad Moon Rising, GM'd by none other than that salty Ginger Lauren. We're off for May Black Roses Bloom. We'll have a little bit of Mad Mage coming up. A lot of fun, but make sure you follow everybody because everybody has something fun every day of the week, which would make this community so awesome. Go check out everybody, and especially go check out Katie whenever she's running this on her channel. It's a great game. Support. Love. That's the word of today. But anyway.
Greg, can I sneak in one last knife?
You absolutely can, my friend.
So we're all standing around where the Volvo died. Nia's not there. She sees her son. Tommy calls her because it's her birthday, and he says, "I love you."
Go to hell, Mal.
Fantastic.
So mad.
And that is how you end a stream, everybody. And as the campfires at Camp Woodlake slowly, as they start to go down, there's only one thing left to say. You can't always roll nat 20s, especially in this system, but you can always role play with your friends, which I did tonight, which is awesome. And all you in chat are my friends too. Have fun, everybody. Stay safe, be kind, and filled with love, and we'll see you next time. I'll leave you with a little eyeball.